Irish on my car.
Get Mark on. Get Mark on.
I think this works.
It's funny. Would it be funny to get him all stressed out, come out of there and be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be.
Coming back.
Yeah.
I'll try to be very passive aggressive in the beginning, just to stress him out.
I think we should say all this shit.
This was an embarrassment to podcast.
Yeah, and I hate fucking podcasts, as they know.
I know. Let's save that all.
I'm coming up, and I was like, we should do it next week, Alex. He's like, no, tomorrow. And I'm like, Mark. Then when I get here, Matt's going, well, Mark's coming from South Africa for his honeymoon. I was like, why?
Oh, wait, is this filming right now? Okay, we're using all of this.
Why are we doing today? Mark's coming back from fucking South Africa. I said next week. I ran into Sam in the street. First of all, I thought it was on University Place, which is where a guy like you should be doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Not in the middle of the fucking...
I saw you on the street the other day.
You're trying to get rid of your goddamn heritage, but we're stuck here in Garmento, the Garmento Center. And,
I've never heard anyone say Garmento. It's a garment district, isn't it?
The garment district, but they used to call them Garmentos. That's what they call
Never heard that.
You ever heard that phrase?
Garmentos? No.
Oh, I'm really about to be gone from New York. Garmento was a famous thing in the 70s. All the Jewish eat lunch in 20 minutes. All these guys, Bill Sheft. Do you know Bill Sheft?
The comic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to do a routine about garmentos at lunch, which was one of the funniest bits of all time. He goes, this is how different today's way. The bit was, here's every garmento at lunch, a guy from Westchester ordering at his favorite restaurant. Sweetheart, cookie, no, not him, me. I was next, not him. Bring me toast. Bring me, if it's burnt, I'm not gonna, if it's undercooked, you know what? Actually, bring me the order and then I'll tell you what's wrong with it, then you bring it back. And he goes, tell the chef, tell the cook it's for Mr. Fine. And he's just, this is a great character. A little character bit.
Yeah.
And but anyway, Garmento.
Like a little bit like, remember Bobby Collins at the cellar? He always calls, he doesn't know anyone's name, so he calls all the guys handsome and all the women gorgeous.
Yes.
Hey, you handsome. I'm like, well, I guess I've put myself together today. Someone else has done, handsome, how are you?
He's like a homeless guy. Hey, handsome. This whole neighborhood was it's still a little bit of it. But it was all garment center guys that, and it was mob run. Of course, the mob, because they had the trucks. So the trucks don't move. They got to go to Chinatown to the sweatshops and then out to, whatever, Gimbals or whatever stores were, Marshalls out in Long Island and Jersey. So they really had a stranglehold on this whole area. Those two Gambinos, the Gambino family. And then the guys that ran it, I worked at a restaurant where the guys that owned this particular business in Gambino, the Joe Gambino and Tommy Gambino, they were the owners. They'd come in like once a month. They're like, the owners are coming today. And like real gentlemen, like you wouldn't say their name, but they come in. You could not see two guys less mob-like. They were just these tall, thin, like patrician-looking guys, and they were like the campaign. Half the guys there were like crazier than them.
Were they polite?
No, they didn't talk to me. They were kind of dicks, actually. But I say that now. Of course, they're dead. There's a lot of it. You know what? They had a lot on their mind. Yeah, they were just like.
By the way, Norman is running late. That's why now he will be here, but Mark, I didn't even know it was going to be an issue. I woke up today with a text from Mark saying my flight's delayed. I'm like, delayed? You were supposed to get in a day ago. So Mark's coming in from South Africa.
From South Africa, everybody. We scheduled this, even if there wasn't a delay. Why would you, and I blame you and Matt, who I just met, and Mark Norman, to schedule a time-sensitive thing, on a day somebody's coming back from South Africa? That's not intelligent.
I blame Mark Norman because I didn't know that this was even an issue. And he was so excited you were on.
I'll be like Norm Macdonald. You didn't know South Africa was an issue? You believe in it. That's what Norm would do. He'd be like, no, I didn't mean like that. You're a racist? You believe South Africa? No, I didn't mean it like that.
He just texted me this morning. I'm delayed. I'm like, what the fuck are you? And of course, it's on the news. Pete Buttigieg is like, we're working on it. I'm like,
I know.
This is this fucks up our podcast.
Yes. Buttigieg doesn't understand that even though it's a computer failure, it has nothing to do with him. We're all going to blame him.
Yeah.
This is his legacy, unless he
because he looks like he's powered by a computer. He looks like a robot a little bit.
He does.
He was built in a lab.
He was.
Yeah.
He was built by Zelensky. No evidence of a cyber attack, but also won't rule it out.
Yeah. Oh,
that's how everybody speaks about everything.
Would they admit if it was a cyber attack?
I know.
That makes us look like pussies.
I know.
The airlines suck. And also, Mark flew United. You never fly United. That's fucking amateur hour.
You never go full United.
No.
Well, let's get Mark on the phone and just let him know.
Can we get him on the phone real quick? All right, let's do it. Let me call him. He's gonna be furious right now.
Well, he's never faced the fury I'm gonna have.
Uh-oh. I'm excited for this. Let's see what we got, Mark. Should we pretend?
You better tell him he's on a podcast. Well, it's up to you.
Hello.
It's way too casual.
Oh, I'm dying here. 24 hours.
24 hours?
The bags.
Colin's pissed, dude.
Yeah. You know what? This is the final nail in the coffin.
You hear that?
Jerry was right about you. You're unprofessional.
Wow.
What did he say?
He said Jerry was right about you. You're not professional.
Jeez. Is Colin going to dress me down too?
Well, he's bad cop. I'm good cop because I do feel bad that 24-hour delay is insane.
A 24-hour delay?
Travel day. 16-hour flight. Coach. It's almost divorce territory here. She's furious. I left her at the airport. She's in the baggage line.
You know what? That was my advice, and Colin said that I was crazy. I was about to float that you should leave your wife at the airport on your honeymoon.
Oh, my God.
I did it.
Do you know how much it's going to cost you?
Yeah. Are you in the doghouse?
A little, but she'll be fine later. But she's
No.
in the baggage assistant line, so
later in 2028.
Angry things.
You left your wife at the honeymoon.
She'll forgive you when your first kid graduates college. That's my prediction.
Well, what kind of agent puts you through DC? I would have been home at 8 in the morning.
Your agent books your flights?
Manager, yeah.
Man, yeah, you gotta not go through DC.
I never looked at it until we got to the airport. I was like, why are we in DC? I never looked at the itinerary.
This whole plan is terrible.
Like shit, I'm greasy. Brutal. I had a couple beers on the flight.
What, 7 a.m.?
Well, it was about 10 a.m. Sitting in the DC lounge.
You know what? I'll do a Bodega Cat Solidarity pour into my coffee for you.
Thank you. And I'll be there in 20 minutes if you can hang out.
We're
Of
hanging,
course.
man. We're hanging. Tell them to fucking...
We don't believe 20.
We don't believe 20, but I
we'll
believe...
be here.
Tell them to hit the gas.
No.
Bro. Hit the gas.
I'll get there. We'll talk about your gay Italian movies.
Do what?
He said we're going to talk about your gay Italian movies. We want Colin Quinn movie Rex this episode.
Oh.
That was... All right.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, dude.
And I got tickets to the show on the 23rd. I can't wait.
Is that Monday? Because I'm going the same night.
I believe it is.
It's opening night.
All right, yeah, opening night. I'll be
Yeah.
there. All right. By the way, Colin Quinn's new show, Small Talk, at the Cherry Lane Theater.
No, Lucille Hotel.
Lucille Hotel.
It's close. If you go to the Cherry Lane, it's only 2 blocks walk away, so you'll be able to.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Great theater. Beautiful old West Village theater.
All right. I'll be there opening night. I can't wait. I've seen bits and pieces, and it's already.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Best hour yet.
That's it.
Unfortunately, it was produced by United, but
Oh.
all right.
Well, Jerry wouldn't touch this one, I noticed. But either way, it's his loss.
I wouldn't pull that yet, Mark. Collins, he's not having it today.
Having what?
All right, well, I'm not having it either.
Having what?
We're in the same boat.
They're both in bad moods. I'm gonna have to keep the good energy.
You really screwed
brewing.
us.
All right, well, I'll be there in pajamas.
You're in pajamas. I love it.
I can't believe. Oh
I
God,
got
he's dead.
travel jizz all over me. You know that film you get from flying?
Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. Bad
Yeah,
travel
sorry.
day.
I hope I get my bags back. There's a lot of drugs in there.
All right.
Your wife's gonna burn your clothes when she gets her bags back.
This is the beginning. I'm look, just don't make the next wedding destination and I'll be there. Come on.
All right, it's a date.
All right. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
To the next one in White Plains.
White Plains, New York. On 9/11, get a discount. Like Gary Veter. He got married on 9/11, so we got the discount. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Still can't believe you married a terrorist.
All right. We'll see you soon. All right. All right, I'll see you, Mark.
Mark's not good over the phone.
Yeah, he's not. He's not a phone guy.
The same charisma
he only called me one. Mark has only called me on the phone maybe twice, which is crazy in all the years of friendship. Yeah. He's a texter. He doesn't like to be tied down.
He seems like that kind of guy.
That made him uncomfortable even. And I noticed he called me once. If I get a phone call from Mark, I know something horrible just happened.
Right.
The other time he called me, I don't even know if I should tell this story, but I kind of have to now. Sherrod Small choked him out after a set at the Cellar.
Oh, yeah, that's old news.
Yeah, all right. I don't know if it's podcast news. Is it podcast?
It's like 12-year-old news.
Yeah, well.
And he called you? Well, yeah, but he's a text guy.
And he was like, what do I do about Sherrod? And I was like, fix it? I don't fucking know. Keep the beef going for 12 years. That's a good idea.
Well, he likes to text. There's nothing wrong with that. Unless you want to do a podcast, then it's probably something wrong with that.
He's great on mics. He's bad on phones. I don't know what that is, but...
Shouldn't Dan be doing that? The hell are you doing?
I mean, I was just going to pour some of my coffee, a little Bodega Cat whiskey.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it's our whiskey, man.
I think it's kind of a cool name.
It is kind of, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
appreciate.
I don't want to give it up, but I will give it up.
How do you feel about all the 7-Elevens in the city? Is that?
It makes me sick.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to this. It started in 94. In 94, I came back to New York. I was in LA for a couple of years. I moved back to New York, and I was on Coney Island Avenue, which is really the heart of Brooklyn, you know. And especially back then, this is almost 30 years ago, and there was a Domino's Pizza. And I was like, it's over.
I know. I get mad when I see Domino's in New York.
This is 1994.
Wow.
In the heart of Brooklyn. I mean, like Coney Island Avenue is deep in, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, when that one right around the corner from Stand Up New York went down, I think it was like a Marshall's now?
Yeah.
That was fucking brutal.
That was a good pizza place. That was a good pizza. I agree with you.
Pizza, New York.
That was an underrated pizza.
Well, even like mediocre New York pizza is better than fucking Domino's.
Yeah, but Domino's is terrible.
It's
no, I feel
terrible.
like when New York pizza sucks, it's bad.
Yeah.
There's a million places that are
There's
horrible.
bad pizzas.
This neighborhood right here has some of the worst pizza in the world.
Well, not all of it. We got
Joe's is great. But I'm saying the dollar slices around the corner, terrible.
They're terrible. It's just all salt and crap.
You know.
Against the Beer Jew?
I am horrible. Those are horrible. I work around here, and those are the only places open when I get out of work. So it's awful. Just like cardboard.
Well, I'll tell you what's good, but it's on 9th Avenue and 53rd, so it's a little 51st. What's it called? It's been there for 100 years. That's a good slice, but you're not going to walk all the way up there.
What are your go-to slices in the city besides Joe's?
I don't know. I mean, Ben's isn't bad. Ben's
Grandma's good.
Ben's it's killed by association. It's geography killed Ben's from having a great rep.
They price gouged during Hurricane Irene, and I'll fucking never forget it.
Oh.
That was a dick move. It was $60 for a pie.
Wow.
During Hurricane Irene, I'm like, it's a blackout. You guys have a generator. People are hungry. Yeah. Wow. So I go there less. I feel like because it was in Louis' intro, people would go in there as like a tourist thing for a while.
Oh, Ben's right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I like the setup, and I like the fact that it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But Joe's is fucking good.
I know. And the truth is, New Haven really does have the best pizza.
Isn't that annoying? They fucking do.
They really do.
Pepe's?
It's the best.
It's the best pizza.
Sally's and the other modern pizza.
I haven't had that one.
They're all good.
Yeah.
I haven't had modern, but I just said it because I figured, nobody will know. How are
people
going to know I didn't have it? You know what I
mean? We were pumped to talk movies with you because you're like,
let's talk movies.
Well, you're like an OG movie guy. You're like, I feel like you know so much about movies. I was just watching YouTube Criterion Closet.
Yes.
And you're in the Criterion Closet, which is a fucking honor to be in there. You know?
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean,
I think it's pretty cool.
It is cool. I wouldn't call it an honor. I would say it was cool. But I mean, the Criterion Closet was good. And I really did surprise myself, I have to say.
You know,
because of that lady.
Fucking everything.
But remember I told the story of that lady in there.
Which one was that?
This old Iranian lady, or I don't know if she was Iranian, but she was from somewhere around there. But she was a video store clerk back when they had video stores. And on 57th Street, I lived on 56. And then she would go, this movie is good. And every time I went in, she would give me some movie I never heard of. And every time I was like, what? This is the greatest. Color of Paradise, an Iranian movie. Then she give you The King of Masks, a Chinese movie. Then she give you a movie from Yugoslavia. Then a movie from any place. Every day. And she was never wrong. She had the best taste, but she died of cancer. She was sick. Even then, I could tell. She died of cancer. But she never... There was not one movie I saw where I was like, that was a little
That's like
slow.
an indie movie right there. Is you going in for the wreck, and you could tell she's
the
dying.
Quentin Tarantino of New York, you know?
Dude, I like that. The movie store, you go, you talk movies.
Yes.
That was a New York energy thing. I remember Kim's video.
It's small talk. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
My show's about small talk because that is a New York energy thing. And I feel like it's energy anywhere. I feel like down south, they used to like the small talk. All these places, yeah. King Video, of course. I loved it.
Yeah, it was classic.
And the one in St. Mark's, remember that one?
That was Kim's, right?
Oh, that was Kim's?
Yeah. That was,
yeah, of course.
That was great. That was like, they had all the indie shit. And
yes.
I used to go runs with there to get stuff. I was at Colbert. I would get them like movies from there. The runs were always to go there. You know?
Oh, to get the movies.
Yeah. But they had all the cool movies.
They had all cool movies.
I miss those, like, the person behind the desk was like cool. They were like cooler than you. I like that
I wouldn't
energy.
say they were cooler. They were the biggest nerds I've ever seen.
Yeah, but
they
in
were
movie,
cool.
in that
movie-wise, they were much cooler.
In that world, they were cooler.
Yes.
But I was watching, and you turned me on to a movie, Mona Lisa, with Bob Hoskins.
Oh, the best.
That's a great fucking movie.
Great movie.
I don't know if I wrecked it. I wreck it on the pod? I did because of Colin.
That movie's amazing.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins.
Kathy Tyson. That movie's Michael Caine is in that.
Yeah, I went on a Bob Hoskins kick because of that. I just watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit right after it. He's fucking great in that movie.
Long Good Friday.
I haven't seen that. Is that good?
That's Bob Hoskins. That's the next to Mona Lisa. That's the best.
He's fucking great, man.
The Long Good Friday is amazing.
All right.
You ever watched Sexy Beast?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
One of Todd Barry's favorite movies.
Is Sexy Beast.
Every time I saw Todd Barry, you watch Sexy Beast yet?
Yeah,
No.
because Todd Barry wants to be the Ben Kingsley of that movie.
He wants to be a bald badass.
He wants to be the small badass that comes in and just like starts threatening us and cursing us and forcing us to do whatever he wants us to do. I don't know what it would
Sexy
be.
Beast is fucking cool.
Sexy Beast is great.
Tense as hell. Kingsley's scary as shit.
Yes.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
What are some of the Colin Quinn sleepers?
Long Good Friday is definitely one. That should not be, you know what I mean? From England, there's a movie called East is East, which Keith Robinson hates. So I start by putting that in there. There's a movie called Lady Bird. You ever see Lady Bird?
The recent one.
No,
Greta Gerwig?
this is from like 1998. It's called Lady Bird, Lady Bird.
All right.
From 1996 or something.
Okay.
Amazing. There's a movie called Nil by Mouth. So Nil by Mouth, you know the guy in Sexy Beast, Ray Winstone, right?
Yeah.
He's in this movie, Nil by Mouth. Gary Oldman wrote it, and it's all kind of autobiographical about Gary Oldman grew up in the, the projects, whatever they're called in England, and he had a stepfather who was a brute, and so it's his personal thing.
No shit.
It's unbelievable. Ray Winstone, you want to kill him. He's the most evil guy in this movie. It's amazing. You're not even watching a movie. You're like, I got to get out of this house. You're like, oh, wait, I'm going to watch a movie. It's like one of those. Same with Lady Bird.
You stressed me out because I told you to watch a movie. That's like an old New York movie. And you called me back. Mikey and Nikki.
Yeah.
Elaine May went. And Colin called me after 25 minutes and was like, this is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. Yeah. And I was stressed. I was like, I made Colin mad. Then you called me like an hour later. You're like, all right, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely got better. Definitely got better.
I just thought it was weird and slow. Like if I see like an old New York movie that's like kind of got grit to it, I just think of you.
I know. I do like those. I do love them. Oh my God.
Did he get here early? Holy shit.
I'm here.
You made it. We thought you were gone for another 10 minutes. We've been rolling because we're waiting for you.
Yeah.
All right.
You must be burnt.
I'm dead, man.
Am I in your seat here?
I'm jet lagged. I lost my luggage. I'm gay. I'm all over the place.
What do you have a slice
hell.
of Joe's? You feel better.
Oh, all right. I'll have some
slice of
Joe's.
Joe's
I was in South Africa
This is crazy.
today or yesterday.
I actually went to South Africa and I flew coach, so I know
All
exactly
right.
how you felt.
How long
many,
a
many.
flight is that?
It's like 25 years.
It took you so long to get married.
Was that? Yeah.
No, it's she's furious, but that's neither here nor there. We'll have a good episode.
I came in. I said, "Why didn't he just leave her at the airport?" Immediately, Con goes, "Oh, you out of your fucking mind?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I guess the single guy shouldn't be given
That was a bad
married
move.
advice."
Wow. I had to do the pod.
But
I got a show to promote.
I was going to tell him this Jim Norton story
Oh, please.
about the airport. So we did a tour of Iraq, like 2004. So it's me, Norton, Loika Martin, and my assistant, I think, Ellen. And so we come back. All right, I know you're jet lag.
Sorry.
Jet lag. So we come back 2 weeks bonding, going over Iraq. They're shooting. You know what I mean? Like we had a couple of.
Yeah.
We get back, get off the plane from Iraq, and we go to get our bags. And then Norton goes over there. I see him walking towards the exit. So I'm like, that's funny. He's pretending to just not say goodbye. He gets in the cab, leaves. So I go, that's even funnier. He's pretending. I call him later. I go, hey, what the fuck? He goes, oh, shit, man, I'm sorry. I go, you sociopath. You literally didn't say good. He literally didn't say goodbye to us because he was like, the trip's over.
Man.
2 weeks we're living in tents.
Wow.
I mean, we're flying in these woods. I mean, we're having bonding moments with the troop. And this bastard. And then he goes, I'm sorry. I go to the plane. I made an appointment with a hooker. So I had to get there in time. I was afraid I was going to be late. And he acted like that was the one that got all is forgiven. Right. You get on a plane, the first thing you think of is a hooker.
That should be a card. Thank you. I had to leave the hooker. Hallmark.
Yeah.
He was on trans before anybody, by the way.
It is weird. He beat, it comes around at a certain point.
He was ahead of the game.
Yeah.
He was ahead of the game by far. But that doesn't explain. But the point is, that pissed me off when Norton did it.
Yeah.
It really pissed me off in many ways. Imagine how his wife is going to feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's going to see a hooker right after this. So. Pretty bad.
It's going to cost you, Hill.
Yeah.
No, the fact that I said you should do it and Colin immediately was like, are you fucking dumb? And I was like, oh yeah, I guess you shouldn't leave your wife at the airport for a podcast.
After a honeymoon.
Yeah, it's a bad move.
Yeah, well, welcome to reality, sister. This is what it's like. But I mean,
this is big for you to take a vacation though, Mike.
That's true. And, international. Thank you, sir. I don't even know what that is, but I'm excited to drink it. But I gave it 30 minutes. I waited for the bag for 30 minutes and nothing. So I was like, I got to go. I mean, I would have been there by now. I would have been on time. But I stayed.
Could have been a good my wife joke. And I waited for the bag for 30 minutes. And, and my wife was
Did you give her the old, are you cool with this?
I did. And I was texting. I was like, I'm on the phone with United right now. I was snoozing in the back seat. But
was she like, did she go, yeah, it's fine, and give you the look in her eyes like, it's not fine?
I don't look her in the eye. But yeah,
we were talking. It's
gonna be ugly.
You're not good on the phone. You're a great podcaster.
Well, I was furious. I was furious.
But you're not a phone person in general.
Not really.
I'm not a huge. Certain people I call on the phone.
Yeah. I don't mind a phone call. I'm not one of these fuck the phone guys.
No,
but I was just I was in a mood.
You guys are text. It's a whole generational thing.
A lot of voice memo people. These
you guys.
days.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the worst.
That bug me.
That's
the worst.
What?
That's a peeve of yours. You don't like the
voice memos annoy the shit out of me.
Hate the voice memo
because it was like, hey, what's up? And then you gotta listen to their fucking bullshit.
Right.
I'm gonna start leaving voice memos to all those people and see how they like it.
You might be good at it.
That's true.
I don't want to be good. I want to annoy people.
You can do Cameo. I'll never do Cameo. They keep bugging me.
Me too.
And I'm like, no, because I'll say some horrible shit and then that'll go online and then you're fucked.
I can't imagine doing Cameo. First of all, here's what I'm shocked by Cameo. Not the idea of selling my soul for money, but the idea that the money's so low.
Well, you can.
You can make.
No, some people you're like $800 for Emmett Smith, maybe in 1998. Come on,
yeah,
is that really $800?
No, certain people. I mean, we can look it up.
It's like $60, $80. No, let's not do it. It's going to humiliate our friends.
Well, we don't have to look at our friends. We can look at just regular jerk offs.
All right, let's look at non.
Yeah, get like Eric Estrada. I bet he's 60.
I bet he's 60 now. Yeah, 60.
Go to like athletes. So.
Snoop Dogg does it?
Wow.
People do. Well, it's probably a high price.
How much?
Woody Allen? Wow. Snoop Dogg. Yeah, that's got to be in the 50 grands or so.
No.
It's got to be 50 grand. Got to be 50.
We have a special relation with Mark McGrath on this podcast.
That's a long story.
You do?
No, but we found a video of him just screaming.
He's a hothead.
90. Yeah, he was just screaming at a fan.
Yeah.
A fan, he called him Sugar Gay instead of Sugar Ray.
Well, can you blame him for that?
And he lost it for like 20 minutes on the kid.
Can you blame him?
I'll kick your fucking ass,
But
kid.
guess what? He's been trying to be nice this whole time. People call him whatever, All right, let's see what the money is first.
All right, what do we got here? Is
$300 for Ray Lewis. And guess what? You better pay up. Guarantee nobody stiffs him.
That Cameo slaps.
Yeah. I was thinking of the murder.
Oh.
Yeah, you think I'm old. Ray Rice.
I'm old.
What,
Yeah, Ray Rice is the slap.
Oh, who did you say?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, that's right. Ray Lewis in the news.
Where the hell is it?
Football.
I don't think this is entertaining for the fans.
This is bad
Sorry,
pod.
this is bad radio.
Oh, wow. Okay, 330 for
who?
Ray Lewis, and then 50 for Dave Weinstadt.
Former coach.
Okay. All right.
It's a fun thing, but
This
it's
is-
just too cheap.
We're kind of scraping the barrel
Fireman
here.
Ed, 73.
Some people, my friend did it and he just donated it all to charity, which I'm like, all right, that's something, I guess.
That's not bad. But if you think about it as
fine.
dinner, you go, hey, give me $100, and you go out to dinner. It's pretty good.
I think Mark's talking himself into Cameo.
Maybe I am.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe I am.
You know, I've noticed it helps a lot of those like Instagram people who do skits with like voices
Oh, yeah. They
and
clean
like
up.
impressions, and they're like small time, but on Cameo they clean up. It's like $30-$50 a pop. It's a 15-second video.
Sure.
You do 20 a day?
What if I wished you a happy birthday as
But who
Owen
does
Wilson?
20 a day? As who?
Owen Wilson. I don't know.
Exactly.
Can you do Owen Wilson?
I can't.
Here's the problem with Cameo, though. Sometimes you get like a, hey, my son is dying of cancer. Can you do a video? And if you get used to Cameo, you start going, well, how much are you going to give me, Dad? You know, I'm not going to do this for free.
Right.
I do the other ones for $100.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because your
point.
kid's got cancer, why does he get treated?
Pay up first, then you get the leukemia video, okay?
Yes. He's going to die anyway.
Yeah, if I did
All right.
impressions, it would be. That's a different story. If
Oh,
you
that's a
do
game
voices.
changer, yeah.
Oh yeah, then you have to do them.
But then you've got guys like Dan Soder who are incredible at impressions, but just don't do them.
Right.
Right.
He just like keeps that to himself.
Yeah, he just plays around. Yeah.
Give me Fred Stoller. Let's see how he's doing.
Is he on there?
I
What?
guarantee you Fred Stoller is on Cameo.
No way.
I'm telling you.
I think Gilbert Gottfried cleaned up on this shit.
Oh, yeah. Affleck. The
Wow.
I called it. Well, he's cheap as shit. Stoller, you deserve more.
Yeah, I've known him forever.
Funny guy.
Funny guy.
Funny guy.
All
R.I.P..
All right, let's get up.
Hey, folks, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're on top of the world, you can do great things. But if life gets you bogged down and you can't do anything, you feel overwhelmed. Working with a therapist makes you more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. We love therapy. We're in therapy. Highly recommend it. Get the garbage out. It's building up in your head. You can't fester. Everybody's festering about something. I don't care who you are, Kanye or anybody else. BetterHelp is convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Easy peasy. Tell them how to do it.
If you want to live a more empowered life, Kanye, therapists can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/drunk today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/drunk.
Yes. Why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month on your phone bill, you idiot? Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile, you'll get their unlimited plan for 50% off. Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save, with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Holy moly. It's the perfect time to switch, but hurry because this deal ends This deal ends January 15th, and any 3-month plan buy any 3-month plan and get 3 more months free, even on your unlimited plan. Wow. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Love your current phone? No problem. Use your phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in 5 minutes with eSIM.
Buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months free by going to mintmobile.com/drunk. That's mintmobile.com/drunk. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/drunk. Hurry. Offer ends January 15th.
Hell yeah. Well, he'll be missed.
Um,
Look at this fucking thing. God. I'm sick of looking at it.
Oh, the passport.
Oh, yeah. Look at my photo. I use this joke all the time. I say I look like an Albanian knife salesman. That's your joke for Anthony Cumia in one of the roasts.
I like that Louisiana, USA. You really do look like a Louisiana, like one of those crazy.
Swamp guys.
Yeah.
What do you make, Mark, by the way?
Yeah, what is this?
Oh, so this is kind of like, we'll taste it first and maybe I'll let you know.
Woo, that's damn good.
So it's like a basil and ruby oolong tea simple with aviation gin and a little cranberry.
Delightful.
I just
What do you
kinda-
call it?
That's just... It's
A
called
South African
the
delay.
The South Africa United. Yeah.
Nice.
I just made it up, so you can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, an SAB. SAD. I'm sad.
I cannot believe you've been in South Africa for.
I know, it's
Mark
crazy.
doesn't take time off.
No.
Neither do I. But
Where were you?
But he has to now
Cape
that he's
Town?
married.
Well, how about this? Buckle up there, fatty, because this is quite a journey.
Ooh.
I did South Africa, this whole tour. You got to do the planning with the package. Do you want the elephant package? Do you want the giraffe? Do you want to shoot them? Whatever you want. So I go, give me the 10-day South African safari every day.
Yeah.
Remote lodge on the river in the jungle.
Yes.
I'll send you photos, Peters.
Wow, look at that.
That's Cape Town. So, boy, I put too much filter on that thing. Jesus. But,
Yeah.
I go, hey, we're going to South Africa, but we have some extra time before. Let's go to Amsterdam, do some drugs. So we go to Amsterdam for 4 days. We did shrooms, we got high, we did the canals, and then we went from there to Cape Town, which is a 12-hour flight. Then from Cape Town, we went to this tiny little airport called Suzuka, and that's where you get off and drive 2 hours into the jungle, and you go to your lodge.
What's the lodge like?
Lodge is unbelievable, unreal. I should have sent you these photos while I was in the Uber, but it's just crazy. And every day you get up at 5, you get a guide. He takes you out in a Jeep with a tracker. Some African dude who sits on the front of the Jeep and just goes, hold on. And he stops. He goes like this. And the car stops. And then he goes, and you look over there and you see like a giraffe or something. And then you get back in the car and whatever. And you see a lion. We saw a leopard. We saw rhino. It was pretty amazing. Did some good thinking
You did
out
the
there.
same. What your trip was like too, Colin?
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They would have breakfast. It was all inclusive. I drank my face off. So you'd get up at 5. You go on a safari for 2 hours. You come back. You have breakfast. You sit by the pool. You drink. Then you go again at 4 p.m. Is that what you did?
Yeah, without the drinking, but yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and then you come back from that. You eat dinner. You drink more. You get to know all the other guests. There's people from Africa, Australia, Britain. And then you do it all over again the next day, and it's great.
You gonna stay in touch with any of the guests?
No, God, no. But nice people. Yeah. My dumb wife lets the comedy thing out of the bag. So then the whole fucking trip's ruined.
Oh, my God.
Now you got every Tom, Dick, and Nigel out there going, hey, mate, tell us a quick one. And you're like, now I'm doing Jew jokes in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah. Well, there's no way to hide it.
Yeah, I tried.
Because even when you go, I'm in entertainment, they go, what do you do?
I know.
It just
When I'm with Vito on the road, we're in the back of an Uber. They're like, "What do you guys do?" He goes, "Insurance salesman," and he has like a whole gag running for it. And I'm just like, all right, just take the wheel, Gary. Fucking
perfect,
because
no one's gonna.
No one has a follow-up question for insurance.
You go,
that's not true.
Every once in a while, they
insurance
do.
is very important.
I know, but he's got his little gag.
Yeah,
you wouldn't try that shit in Hartford.
Yeah. What do you say? Everybody's got something. I said medical supplies.
No, I always say comedian. Because I know they recognize my voice usually. They're like, what are you? And I'm like, I thought you were him.
Right.
They don't know my name, but they know who I was.
Do you do voiceover a lot or no?
No, I'm terrible at voiceover. When I started in business, everybody's like, you got to do voiceovers. You'll be great. And I went in a couple of times and it went horribly.
Really?
At this point, though, everyone knows your voice. You should do voiceover. You have such a good, unique voice.
I once turned down a voiceover, and they hired a guy that sounded like me. And it was like, hey, that's you in that fucking pizza commercial. I'm still mad about that.
That's the weird thing about voiceover, because I've gone into okay, you got a weird voice, you should do this. And then you go in, and they go, take it from the top. And they go, oh, that was bad. Do another one.
Yep.
And I'm like, I thought you liked my voice.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
But I guess you got to have inflection or...
Yeah, no, there's
emotion.
something about it that some people just are good at it. Some people are good at it. Whatever they want. Who gives a shit? Who cares? I don't care what these people want anyway. It makes you mad just
I know. They're
like, we like this. Like, oh, shut up.
Right.
Your products sell well because of your stupid insights.
And I'm the one with the voice. I'm the one with the jokes. Why do you matter?
Thank God for comedy is the only thing where you can actually go, look, all arguments to the side. Put us in front of a crowd and then tell me how you feel.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
We at least go all over the country and have to kill.
Right.
They don't leave like a 5-mile radius in Los Angeles.
And it's some chick behind a folding table going, no. I'm like, who are you? What the hell do you know? But they have jobs.
We do have to give you a slice of Joe's before it gets cold, by the way.
Well,
please.
For acting, they have a point, though. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. Acting, I should teach comedy acting, comedians acting.
You're a good actor, dude.
Teach me.
I'm a decent actor.
You're a good actor.
I suck so badly. I'm not good. I'm fine.
You're
because
good.
I'm not. But I was so bad for years because I did all the mistakes that a comedian would make. I would go into every situation, like if we were sitting here talking right now in an acting scene, and I would say, I better be interesting. I better be funny.
Better be on.
Yeah, and guess what? You have to, actors know you just either are or aren't. You don't fucking try. When you're on stage, no.
What about a commercial?
Why the hell would you argue with me when I'm not even done making my point? I've gone through so many years. I'll tell you the history of my acting. Then you tell me.
All right. Well, you've been in 4 movies, Colin.
No,
Let's
but I've
not.
also,
You're not Daniel Day over here.
I meant as far as the bad. I meant the bad side of it.
Okay.
Crocodile Dundee.
They once
Night at the Roxbury.
When I was on MTV, and yes, I start conversations that way. They would fly me in for a year and a half. Well, I want to tell you, they're like, this guy, we're going to make a show around him.
Yeah.
One time they flew me in from Kansas. I was in the middle of a gig, a college gig in Kansas. In these days, they didn't fly people in like private jet. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the 90s, early 90s. And they go, they want you for this part. Whoever it was bailed out. The show's picked up. It's 13 episodes.
Beautiful.
It was a big network comedy, kind of a cop comedy show. They fly me in on a Sunday, fly me in, L.A., beautiful suite, like real Beverly Hills type shit.
Baby.
I go there the next day, NBC, ABC, who knows, it was one of the big networks. There's only 4 fucking networks.
Yes.
So you're walking into luxury, everything's the top of the line. All the executives there, about 15 executives lined up like, this is it. And they flew me in, they studied me. Beautiful girl, supposed to be my sidekick. We rehearsed a little bit. I go in to meet them. I mean, I killed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to them, and I'm killing the room. They're like, this is our guy. I'm joking. We start reading. I sucked the energy out of the because my acting was so bad because I was trying, and the girls looking at me, and I could feel it was gone.
But maybe the script was really bad, too.
No, it wasn't the script. I'm telling you, they could have fixed it. It was me.
It was Cheers, dude.
Because
the show was Cheers.
So if I studied with all these acting teachers, I couldn't really understand it.
Yeah.
I studied with a few people who were really great, who really showed me stuff. But one of them was this lady, Sandra Lee, this old lady. And one time I was in her class, and I was still and we did this Arthur Miller scene, and it's me and the girl, and she gives the girl notes, and then she goes like this, front of glass to me, and she goes, and you, starts imitating me.
Oh.
But it was great. It really finally clicked. That moment I started laughing.
Yeah.
I go, oh, yeah, I'm trying. And acting, you don't fucking try. You don't try.
You just are, is what you're saying.
Yes. Acting, if I'm trying to be, it's like if somebody goes on stage and does comedy and they're trying to be like funny, it's fucking sweaty. Same thing with acting.
Right.
You're funny. If you're doing a scene, you don't have to. You can trust. You don't have to do funny shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna be. Your natural funniness comes through, or it doesn't. You can't fucking fix it by trying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying you felt like you were a faker or something.
Yeah.
Phony.
Yeah.
I was being fake. I'm saying the point is trust that
But
you're enough.
doesn't that come from just like practice? I mean, like anything.
No. Well, yeah, practice, but it also comes from if you don't accept that you're enough for people to watch, you're dead. If you try to add on to yourself in the scene,
that's
you're
exactly
dead.
what I do.
But that's
Every
what I'm saying.
time. I've never gotten one audition. I've auditioned 9,000 things. I've never got one.
So then
Mark
why would you
in the middle of his audition
why would you
goes,
make that-
comedy.
Why would you argue when I'm saying you're like, here I am giving you the fucking answer, and like the typical comedian, you're too cocky.
Well, it's
like,
a little vague. Oh, you can't try. What does that mean?
it's not vague.
I need something
It
I
may
can
be a
use
little
here.
obtuse, but it's not a little vague.
Well, Patrice had the best audition advice I've ever heard. He said, go in for the part dressed as the thing you're auditioning for. I think that's pretty good.
First of all, that's fucking amateur 101.
What about you? Don't try. Don't try. What is that?
I want to see Mark in a police procedural. we found the dead body. Praise Allah.
I want you to show up in a mob movie in a pinstripe suit and go, hey, Bob De Niro.
With Tommy gun. But wait a minute. If don't try.
taking a slice.
You go in, you go, they go,
No,
hey, do you know the lines? You go, no, I'm not trying. They kick you right out
I'm
of
not
there.
saying you don't know the lines. I'm saying don't try to entertain.
Don't
Try to.
Okay, I got
I'm saying you go in there, and if you're supposed to be, like if I'm talking to somebody and the scene's supposed to be funny and I'm eating pizza, I'm not going to try to be funny eating pizza.
Right.
I'm eating pizza. It'll be funny because whatever's going on in the scene.
Yeah.
People will be like, "Oh, I get it. What's going on?
Yeah,
He's
I
trying
see.
to get laid, or he's trying to get money." Instead of being like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do every time.
That's it. You don't have.
Tragic. Eh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I auditioned for something in L.A. This is years ago, and it was me and an old guy, and I was reading a script, and we were watching a football game with my dad, and he dies next to me.
Right.
And they were like, "All right, go action," and I was like, "Oh, look, Dad, he caught the touchdown," and he's like. And I'm like, Dad, what's going on? You're dying on me? This is crazy. And they were like, get out. They didn't even think it was cute or anything. They just said, please leave.
You reacting to a real emotional moment is just pure comedy.
I know. I'm a comedian. I don't know what to do.
Oh, fuck, he's dead.
That's what I
Shit.
Well,
They set me right out of there. I drove like
Hey,
3
am I
hours
boring you,
to Santa
Dad?
Monica. Yeah.
Dad!
That was it. That's what the script
Like I
said.
Love Lucy. Like you'd be like, why?
Yes, that I could do. Little honeymooners to the moon.
Some of those
but
old
even the
shows,
honeymooners, yeah. Ralph Cramton had those serious moments.
Yeah.
Because even though he was being big, and sometimes it was a little too big, for the most part, he was they was talking about the intention.
Right.
You know what I mean, that's what it's about.
Yes.
So instead of I'll tell you the best advice. Michael Caine. I read the Michael Caine acting book. That also helped.
Michael Caine.
When you don't know what you're doing, he said he didn't do impressions. When you don't know what you're doing, he said, just think in your head. This is great advice, I think, because it takes the self-consciousness away. He goes, just think in your head. If you don't know how to act, he goes, at least do this much. He goes, think in your head, I'm angry right now. So when you're in the scene, if I'm angry with you right now, I'm thinking I'm angry. So even though I'm not trying to do anything, I'm not thinking about, the cameras, am I good? Do I know my lines? I'm just like, I'm fucking angry right now. He goes, if you're happy, just think I'm happy. I love you right now. I love you. So whatever else is going on, I'm thinking I love you in the back of my head. And then whatever's going on, instead of thinking, hey, am I conveying love? Take the focus off the self-conscious. Yeah, it's really good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And it keeps the self-consciousness away because at least you have that intention.
Right.
And Michael Caine's a fucking Mona Lisa. He was in that.
Yeah.
Every time I see Michael Caine or Jack Nicholson, I'm like, I'm sick of these guys. And by the end of the movie, I'm like, this son of a bitch is great in that.
They're the best.
They just great.
Nicholson's
Oh,
unreal.
Hannah and her sisters, I always think of, he's just trying to fuck his wife's sister.
Oh, yeah.
With the lamest game of all time. This poem made me think of you.
Yes.
Fucking
The best.
imagine, that is insane. Read this poem on page 111.
Yes. We've
That's-
all thought about that.
We do songs. Poem
Sarah-
is fucking.
Sarah Silverman, before that movie, probably when that movie was already out, yeah. She read that poem, and we were hanging out with a bunch of people, and she goes, it's obviously a powerful poem. She goes, oh, it was E. Cummings. She goes, he could Cummings on my back anytime.
By the way, Michael Caine and Alfie, the worst body of all time.
Yeah.
It was so easy to have be a male in the 60s. You
Yep.
didn't have to work out at all.
Yeah.
And you were a sex symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was a badass. He didn't get Carter and shit. He just got to do
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
He's great in everything.
He's a great actor.
Yeah. Still going in the Batman movies.
Yeah, he's got to be up there now.
Michael Caine.
But I read his book. It was good.
Yeah, he was a hunk.
But that's the whole point. He never tries to. You never see Michael Caine overdoing it.
No.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by not trying. If he was in Mona Lisa going, let me tell you something, whatever the guy's name was. Instead he's like, so-and-so, like you can just see he's fucking annoyed by this guy working for him. And he'll kill. It's the lines, the ward, every bit of it. You know he's a mob boss. That does the work. Just you're annoyed.
Right.
And if you were annoyed and you were a mob boss, people would fucking die.
Yeah.
You don't have to act like, hey, I'll kill you.
That's, yeah. See, I would dress up fully as the Godfather and do that.
And say, Patrice told me to do this.
Colin, we do peeves on this podcast, and you're like the king of pet peeves.
Oh,
like you have so many. You're so good at observational jokes, and like
I like peeps. What are we doing?
I mean, we have a ton, but I mean, I think you have so many in your act. I think one of my always think about is a guy who's stretching while you're venting about something serious.
Oh yeah.
You have so many. Like, do you have any recent peeves?
You have the other one about the guy who's mad about something, so he starts yelling at you. You know, he's like, "This fucking guy! Can you believe this fucking guy?" You're like, "Oh, I didn't do anything."
Oh right, where they put you in there.
Yeah.
It's a great.
Well, the
observation.
recent one, which really is my biggest one, which I'll tell you right now, but it's been a while, is the people who are so sincere they're full of shit. By which I mean, they're like, "Hey, how are you?
Oh, yes,
Hey.
yes.
Hey, how are you? Good.
Yeah.
For you. Hey," and they just, it just drives me crazy because I know their motive. They're not, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Once in a while, they're imitating people that are really like that.
Yeah.
So once in a while, you run into somebody, some sincere person, whatever, you know. But in general, especially in showbiz, when somebody's that sincere, I'm like, whoa, I'm fucking keep a step away from
I
you.
totally get it. They have two hands around their coffee mug. Oh. You know, you're like, oh, my wife had a miscarriage. Oh,
Perfect. Perfect.
shut up. I'm joking.
Let's do lunch sometime.
Yeah.
Let's really talk about this.
Yeah.
Now they shake your hands with two hands. Oh,
Yes.
so good to see you. Like, we haven't seen you in 10 years. We never talk. We have nothing in common.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I have a guy in my mind.
It's
I have a lot of
infuriating.
a few.
Yeah. I just don't like that the new earnestness and the new sincerity. It's infuriating.
Yeah.
I got one, and it's not as good as these, but it's happened the whole trip, and it drove me crazy. The people who can't tell you what time it is, they have to do math. You go, what time is it? They go, 6:45, and you're like, 6:45? 6:45, right?
What?
Is that right? 6:45.
Right.
Can't we just say 6:45? Why don't we just say 6:45?
No confidence.
Now wait a minute.
I
This
know
is
it's not-
insane.
Yeah, I don't.
Why
get
is that
it.
bad? I'm just saying, just tell me the fucking time. You don't do that with anything else in life. You don't go, how far is Wisconsin? It's 100 minus 8. Just tell me it's a fucking 92 miles away. Why do you do that?
You want the exact number?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
It's absurd behavior.
I mean, this is such a social norm at this point. I didn't even.
Yeah,
I couldn't
exactly.
register as a
This
piece.
is really-
I'm
yeah.
sliding in and seeing it from another angle.
Yeah, which I like, but
All
at the
right.
same time, I don't think it's the kind of thing that is going to have an emotional effect on anybody.
Agreed.
Except to think you've gone stark raving.
I understand the peeve. I just, I don't. It doesn't bother me personally.
It drives me
It
crazy.
bothers no one except Mark.
It will just say that we don't do that with anything else except time. That's why it bothers me. How much is that pizza? The pizza's $10. No one goes, it's 5 and 5. Just say 10.
But it could be a quarter of
No, you mean it's
It's
no. You would have
Oh,
said
that's
it's
true.
3/4 of 10.
Let's see, now I'm
That's
lost.
more
But
for you,
quarters
I
are
think.
No,
different
that's-
with,
yeah, you went
with
5
No,
on
no,
money.
I'm saying it's when nobody says, hey, it's 90% of $10. If it's $9.50.
Okay. Now,
I'm just trying to help you think.
I
more.
appreciate
it's quarter.
it.
This thing
quarter
is
past
really
10.
in trouble.
Quarter past
10:25.
I'm not
This
saying it's a
peeve is
bit.
really in trouble.
How are you attacking my peeve?
As a
Peeve is a peeve of mine now.
I'm just saying, it's weird because you hear other numbers. I just want the exact number. Now you got me on 8 different numbers.
I think it comes from analog watches.
Ah,
because they're split like
that
that.
makes
so
sense.
when you look at it, you have quarter. So
That's
it's
a good
quarter.
point.
No, but people said 6:45 when I was little.
But you're from the 40s.
But I'm saying that there were no analog watches.
No, that was analog.
In fairness to me, in my defense, I don't know what analog means.
All right, the hands.
The hands.
Oh,
That's
that's what
analog.
analog?
Yeah.
All this time, I was like, that sounds too hard for me to investigate what analog means. And it just meant hands. Well, it goes to show. I could have saved myself a lot of trouble in life. By pretending what analog means.
I got a
That
peeve.
got off me.
I got a peeve for you.
Please.
Guy who cuts you in line gets busted cutting you and then acts like he wasn't cutting you.
Oh.
Wait, go ahead.
I'm in the coffee
Hate
shop.
it.
This guy cuts me with his dog, and I just very calmly say, "Oh, I'm in line." And he goes, "Yeah, I just wanted to get comfortable." And I was like, "What?" So then the guy, we're the only guys in the coffee shop. The guy goes, "Oh, who's next?" And the guy gives me one of these.
Oh,
And I was
what
like,
a dick.
Oh, fuck that guy.
You're the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll blame you were trying to reverse it on me. That's ridiculous.
And now he's trying to be the good guy
Yeah.
again.
Give
Yeah.
me these. Ooh,
What
here
a-
you go.
He's
What
like,
a
you're in a
snake.
rush. It's like, no, I was here, fuckface.
Exactly. He's giving you credit for something that he
Yeah.
didn't even do.
The sarcastic one. Fuck you.
Yeah. How about the side swindler? I think Larry David covered it, but the guy who does the side, he stands next to you in line and then just starts inching in. I know what you're doing. The side. Get in the back.
Yeah. Colin has so many peeves in his act. That's like a New York, it's a New York style comedy. Where
I do have a lot of peeves. I have a list, from over the years in comedy.
Sure.
But I have 200 of these little things like that.
200, or do you have a quarter past 190? Fuck. See, it's hard to do math.
Yeah, I don't think. A 6:45 it's too common. It's been around before you were born.
I know it's
I can
common,
understand
but
it would be a peeve. Yeah, it is interesting though the way your mind works when you think about that.
it's not. It's
That
not
you're saying
enjoyable.
the subtraction is bothering you.
Yes, try living with this thing.
I couldn't register with the peeves. I thought you were annoyed that the guy was not confident in what he was saying in the time.
Tell me the exact number. It's just weird. It's 8:15. Don't say 8:15, because now I'm doing extra shit. I'm just saying it's an efficiency thing to me.
But except that it's been around for so long, it's really, you're coming in. Thanks.
Well, so is gays not getting married. We changed that.
What happened?
Huh? I'm just saying, gays used to not be able to get married, and you go, oh, it's been around for so long, you got to accept it. Well, maybe I'm changing the rules.
That's what I hate about every argument today. Is people bring up anything like that, and you're like, oh, fuck. Right? They bring it up, and it's
Right.
like they win automatically by saying it used to be this, and it's like, okay.
Yeah,
but
you got to have some virtuous
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
and then you win.
Roe v. Wade rolled back.
Yeah. Shit. Good
Right.
point. Is it a Roe v. Wade or is it a quarter past? All right.
The vagina.
That's a mole past a hair.
Well, the other weird thing about Roe v. Wade rolling back is they did it when nobody even gives it. Even the Christians weren't celebrating. Nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
It was so weird because everybody's like, no, that's not even an argument anymore.
Right. Well, you know what's weird about conservatives, and I just heard this. They're all about family values, but most divorces and most teen pregnancies, red states.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I have a new bit about the parents who leave the babies in the hot car. They always seem pro-life. You know what I mean? They do. It's
That's
like,
true, yeah. Yeah, at least crack the window. That's what my parents did.
Crack the window.
He just did a pet peeve, which is he laughed at your joke and then you go, they do.
Oh, yeah, that is a pet peeve.
I did that?
Yeah. But I think
they did.
he
He
didn't
laughed
mean
at
it.
your joke. What do you want to
sorry.
do?
No, when people do that, you go, whatever, and they go, yeah. No, wait, hold on. You laugh at a joke, and they go, no, I'm serious. And I'm like, I know. It's still funny to me, though.
But what about this? Here's the real pet peeve. Not that one or not this one. It's the one where somebody goes, they say an obvious joke, and then it's not a comedian. It's usually just a regular person. We go, and then you kind of politely laugh, and they go, I'm not joking. And you go, yes, you are. Yes, you fucking are.
Right. Oh, that's the worst. How about this one? This drives me fucking crazy at a comedy show. And we might have covered this, but the guy goes, where are you from? And the guy in the front row goes, New Jersey. Whoa, hey, easy, buddy, easy. Like, you asked the guy a question, he answered it. What is this? He didn't do anything wrong.
It's true.
I hate
the
that.
crowd work guy who has nothing ready. The guy who's like, he goes, anyone celebrating a birthday? He goes, yeah. He goes, happy birthday. That's it.
So
That's
annoying.
it.
But I mean, if they did it for one, they'll do it for 12. Just think a little bit ahead of time and just go,
I
wait
know.
a minute.
Or write a fucking joke. How about that?
Yeah.
Or the guy who keeps asking questions because he hasn't found any gold
Yes.
yet. Well, what do you like to do? I'm a construction worker.
Right.
Oh, yeah? A lot of 2x4s? Yes.
Yeah.
Hammer? Yes. Nails? Yes. Where's this going? Give me a
Yeah,
bit.
get somewhere.
Yeah, we could do this all day.
Your new hour is like it's so much about it's great. Everything I've seen of it is great. By the way, it's
Killer.
like, it's
Killer.
awesome. You are like you do social commentary the way like I love it, where it's just you shit on everybody.
Right.
It's not pandery at all. It's just funny.
Yeah, right down the middle.
It's
Hey, guys, I'm an equal opportunity offender.
but I mean, how do you feel about this one right now? Like, because you do so many of these.
I feel like I'm glad you guys aren't coming till the 23rd because I feel like it's close, but I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm still playing around.
Tinkering.
Yeah. And it's like, how much fucking time you can take? You can't take only,
Right.
You don't want it to be like, hey, I really have this thing. It's like, all right, get to it, asshole,
For a comic, the only way to get it done is you put that pressure on you because we'll just
Absolutely.
take a year and fuck around.
And that's the case. It's like
deadlines.
But I feel like, I feel like it's the least social commentary, but in some ways that makes it the most because you know how it is now. Everybody's talking about everything all the time.
Right.
So it's sort of like, you almost want to talk about it by being more general
Yeah.
because specifics are covered all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the other problem with going to see your show is, all the ideas you have.
You can't get in.
But all the ideas you have and you can't crack it. And then you go see your show, and I'm like, oh, I had an idea like that, but I couldn't figure out where to go with it, and you nailed it. So I got to drop it.
Well, you don't have to drop it. I mean, it depends on it,
No, I didn't want it to be similar.
No.
Yeah, like, what was the one I saw at the Minetta Theater? The one on Minetta? Remember we talked
New York
after?
Story.
No, it was after that.
New York Story on Netflix.
It was
right?
the
So
one on
right
Netflix where you had the people on the
Red State,
stage.
Blue State.
Yes. That one was amazing. And you had 8 bits in there. And I was like, I got to drop all these.
Oh, shit.
So you covered everything. It was so good.
Yeah,
There's more genders than political parties.
Right.
That
right.
was
That's fucking
that's when I was
great.
like,
Damn.
oh.
But it's so funny, like, even that was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
If I said that today, people are like, what the fuck kind of a thing does that to say?
Isn't that weird? Even
I don't know. I think it's still great.
I think it's great too.
I think there's little things that happen that keep, like, inching towards a
True.
culture that where people are like, what?
Like it might hit just slightly less hard now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
people would be like, that's questionable. That's
And then you go to that and you're like, was it worth doing this if it's not killing? Quite right. I know what you mean.
right,
Or-
yeah, you have to be killing.
But then you're
But that's a
also-
good instinct. That's
Yeah.
what makes you great, is you're like, am I killing? Because,
But shouldn't you push back a little?
no, yeah, but you still want to get I'm saying,
Of course,
if you're
course.
not, you guys both know one of the biggest problems is people that don't elicit laughter in their act.
Obviously.
And
It's
you know what I
an
mean? Like,
epidemic.
it seems like, but you think that's a given. Every time I do these interviews with like, on the road and stuff with like whoever the papers or whatever, they're always like, so, but like comedy should be, I go with first laughs. Like doctors
Yes,
first
yes.
do no harm. If you're not getting laughs, it's irrelevant.
Right.
Everything else is, don't advertise comedian.
Right.
Get laughs, then I'll talk about it. And then, of course, the highest form may be you saying what you really want to say.
Sure.
But if you're not getting laughs, it's all, I don't want to talk about it. It's not even comedy.
It's not even comedy. Agreed. But boy, has it gotten muddy these days.
Yeah,
It's gotten real
it is.
blurry. Of
But then
like,
I think like these critics get obsessed with comics that don't necessarily get the laugh because maybe they think that's like something grander or greater.
That's exactly
There's
right.
an arrogance to it, whereas like I have a lot of love for comics that are bleeding on the road because
I agree.
you
They're
have
fucking
to kill.
warriors.
You have to
everyone.
kill. And yeah, exactly. It becomes this romanticism of the kind of tortured artist, but it's like, but laughter first. You know what I mean?
And laughter is harder.
And laughter, I say it in the show now. Laughter's a lie detector test.
Ooh.
That's the fucking thing. It's a lie detector test because you're speaking there's something
That's
truthful
great.
going on
That's
that people
great.
are suddenly involuntarily laughing.
Yes. But that goes back to the point of the trans joke. You're like, can you do it now? I don't know.
Right.
But it's still funny. Even
Right.
if they're laughing less, it's a less of a laugh because of this nervousness, not
Well,
because
of
the
course.
joke is worse.
Well, yeah, but you also have to, you know what I mean? You have to factor in all that stuff.
But that's why Colin, it's like he's right. You do have to evolve to some degree.
Sure.
Or you are that stubborn guy who's just trying.
Right.
But don't forget in Red State, Blue State what I said about evolving.
What was that?
Don't you remember that line? I think you actually retweeted it.
Did I?
I said, people say you have to evolve with your audience. I go, that's why I came to comedy. So I
That's
can
a
march
great
in.
joke.
That's a great
I can
joke.
march in lockstep with society's
That's a great
contemporary
bit.
convention.
This is what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying push back a
but
little.
there is a hint of the evolving though, don't you think?
Of course, there's a hint. You don't want to be the old.
There's always a
hack.
hint, of course. But I
But
mean,
that's a fucking brilliant line.
but that's the point.
That's comedy. That line is
suddenly
comedy.
Comedy became like, hey, the audience will determine your. It's
Fuck
like,
that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And you guys said no.
If we're not funny, I might as well go to the audience and just sit around and have a conversation.
Exactly.
But to some degree, we do have to focus test. This is like the
Totally.
only,
Right,
it's
you have
the
to
only
focus
form of
on the material, but
entertainment
you
where
also
we have to focus test.
I mean,
You also have to take them somewhere.
you always have
Yeah.
to take them to a place. Yeah, it is. It's a.
well, those are my favorite jokes of yours or someone like Chris Rock, where like
Yeah.
you guys will kind of start a setup sometimes where you're like, where's this going? And then by the
Right.
end, you're kind of like, oh shit, like it's unpredictable. So to that degree, I totally agree.
That's
with you.
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, and just walk that line, and then just,
Yes.
and you do have to. I mean, comedy now does require somewhat of a lion taming in the sense that you have to tell people, hey, let's live in reality, okay? Not that I know total reality, but let's not how many times have you said on stage, you're getting mad at the thing, you don't even understand the joke, it's just the word drove you to,
not the subject matter, just the word.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, they're like, whoa, it's like, stop.
Yeah.
Get the point. You don't fucking understand. And then they laugh.
I know,
that's
but
the dumbest person ever. The person who just hears a word.
No, but that's
common.
Cultural
that's very common.
For sure.
Way more than it used to be. It used to be about funny. Now it's about the lion taming and the funny, which is a whole other element, which we have to learn almost a new skill to tap dance as Seinfeld. So you
but you
tap
see
dance
those comics that don't
bleeds.
have that skill and they become irrelevant.
Tap dance. Interesting.
But those comics that don't have that skill to kind of navigate, it becomes thoughtless, and you've seen that comic kind of lose touch with the audience. So you do have to have a hint of that for sure.
Of course.
But then there's the other side of the comics that are literally speaking in preambles on each joke. Explain to people, here's how I feel. And it's like, okay, that loses something too.
It's the Seinfeld episode, The Gate. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's that episode that they do with every bit. No, for sure.
Well, Dave Attell goes, he always says, I was at a gay wedding. Are you okay? Is everybody okay? I love that because I'm like, yes, it's like you said, you got to tame them. You got a chair and a whip up there.
If you have an audience that comes to see you, chances are they know you're not a fucking sociopath. So you don't need to explain yourself. Just tell the fucking joke.
That's the beauty of it. But you go to the comedy club where you're doing a showcase show.
What we were talking about before,
It's
if you do a random crowd, it can change.
Yeah.
Because all it takes is a couple of people, and then you end up getting too mad at them. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, what the fuck? And then the whole crowd's like, hey, you're being kind of harsh. And because they they might not even have heard, or they don't understand how much the intent of what they're saying has been building up.
Exactly.
These people. And the crowd's like, whoa, let's take it down, pal.
You saw me at the VU the other night. I was having a solid set, and I got off, and I was like, hey, all right. You were like, you sounded like you hated him. And I was like, I was pissed because one joke got a groan.
Right.
Yeah, you got mad at I mentioned you got mad at them or something.
Yeah,
You can't. You have to keep perspective for them, too,
I know,
well,
I know.
See, sometimes a comic will open with a joke that I'm like, you just shouldn't be opening
That's
with that
true.
joke.
Right.
Now you're
That's
mad
true,
the whole
too.
fucking set.
Yeah.
Well, Larry David, you mentioned Larry David, he was famous because he would come out and do like a joke that was just, and then just shut down and turn because of the joke.
Which I kind of get.
Did you see him in the clubs in the 80s?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was, he was always funny. Like, he was, like nobody was like, oh, this guy's not funny. No comedians, everybody respected him because he was funny. But he was just, like I said, he would just turn too quickly.
Yeah.
He would turn on the crowd.
You have to entertain.
Because they didn't understand that,
it must be frustrating to know you're funny and not be doing well.
Well,
I guess a lot of comics feel that way, but if you're funny and you're validated by your peers and you're bombing, you got to be like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, he was too cool to perform. He wouldn't perform because we all have that anger and you have to keep performing.
Right.
It is a show. Yeah. But he wasn't willing to do that fake part.
Oh, I remember the first late nights that I ever did. The opening joke had like 6 punchlines, and it didn't get near to what I wanted. And the next 4 minutes was me faking a smile. And
exactly.
The best acting I've ever done.
But you probably killed the next 4 minutes.
No, I did fine.
Oh, okay.
But I had to. What am I gonna go?
It's TV.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
You have to power through.
Yeah, but that's showbiz.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is interesting. I mean, but that is the only beauty is that, like, at least it's reality in the sense that all this talk, I feel like a lot of jobs in showbiz, they can talk like this and then just talk like this the rest of their life. All three of us have to go in front of people tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and live in reality.
Yeah.
So all the speculation is fine, but we still have to live in the real world and go, oh shit, I forgot about that part. And so it's kind of cool that we can't live in the, this kind of high, conversational, theoretical thing. We still have to live in the world, which is keeps us honest.
It does. But it's also why not everybody can do it.
Yeah.
Because it's so harsh. You can just die.
Comedy is harsh. I always get jealous of musicians because they just get up there, and even if they're doing terrible, nobody in that audience can play that music.
Right.
But if we get up, if I'm bombing and I'm getting no laughs, everybody in that audience could do what I'm doing right now, stand on a stage and not get any laughs. Everybody. They are equal to me.
But that's what's interesting about comedy. You could change one word in half of that and it would kill.
Yeah.
But you got to figure that out.
Isn't that crazy when you're one fucking word away?
I know.
And it might be one syllable.
I know. But
Or
when you find it, it's
the worst
better.
is if things start to go south and you start stuttering. And all these jokes, it would work if you didn't stutter. Like,
Yes,
he always picks up every little stutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kill the momentum, and you fuck up the setup, and you're like, well, that's not going to hit now.
Oh,
Why am I?
God.
But I'm going to still do it, and then you're
still
like, I
gotta
knew
do
that
it.
one hit.
That's why I don't do stories, because I'm worried that I'll flub one thing along the way in the 6-minute tail, and then it'll ruin the whole thing. But you can't get out of a story.
that's
You
so
got to do the whole
funny.
You would
thing.
do the funniest thing on Tough Crowd. You would keep in jokes that didn't work sometimes. and because I've never seen a late night host do that.
Right.
But you keep in a joke, and after a joke wouldn't work, you just be like, yeah, I knew that one wasn't going to be good. You would just say that on the show.
I wrote all the monologues myself every day.
Wow.
That's insane.
'Cause that was my thing. I was like, I'm writing all the monologues
That's insane.
myself. Like, I was just like, that's
Yeah.
it. Every day I could do this shit. And so a lot of them were like, not that strong, but some of them were strong. But we keep jokes in. The proudest thing about Tough Crowd when I look back at it now is the fact that if somebody tried to pander to the crowd, we go, stop.
Yes.
Go ahead. Hey, folks, they're good people.
Right.
Give them applause.
Yeah.
And it would just be brutal. But we do that they do it to me too. But whoever it was done to, it was just,
Which you never saw on TV.
you never see it on TV. You won't see it today.
That's
it's
true.
faker now than it was then.
It is. What's that about?
I don't know. Even then, look,
But seriously, go see Colin's show. I mean,
Yes.
it's just like, it is.
I can't
Every
wait.
part I've seen has been killer so far. All his shows are killer. Mark and I
Huge
copy
fans.
how Colin and Attell
Yes.
and the great New York comics, try to build material. Colin does
work ethic,
the Fat Black at the Cellar to work out. Mark and I do that.
I know.
we
That's
rip
why
off
you guys
Colin.
are great because you do the work. That's why you always have new great material because it's not rocket science. It's horrible,
Right.
humbling work.
Yes, well, you have
Right?
the best line. You say a lot of people don't want to write because writing proves you're not a genius.
Yeah.
Because, you go, I'll figure it out up there. But when you write, you sit and stare at a page and it's brutal.
You have to confront your own mediocrity,
Yes.
Damn.
and that's beautiful, even though it's horrible.
Right.
I want to be a genius, but guess what? I'll write something. I'm like, oh my god. You know what I mean? My aunt would have said that. Or nothing against my aunt. She's actually very. But I'm saying, I know. I picked the example. I meant like a soccer mom type.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm just saying that's sometimes you write, you're like, oh, I can't believe how corny I am.
I know, but the beautiful thing is we get to show people the ones that worked,
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, who knows?
Yeah, but you're
TV.
prolific
It's
as
still
hell,
bothers.
man.
But speaking of pet peeves,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I hate with a passion that your generation, and I hated the generations before, but I hate even more with your generation where it's really all about podcasts and YouTube and all this stuff, that you guys still are so obsessed with. Like, I have a Tonight Show set. It's been it's been making me furious for years and years. It made me mad when people did it for Letterman sets, and now it makes me, it's baffling.
Why isn't
Why?
that fun? It's fun to go on TV and do a set.
Yeah, well,
Because
I don't
it's,
get it.
you guys are, that's not going to affect your career the way any other YouTube or anything works.
Now, yeah, you're right.
But
it's
even
a thing
5
to
years
do.
ago, it's not 1978 when the Tonight Show meant I did a set at the Night. By the way, David Brennan, in those days, it really did.
Yeah.
David Brennan, they said the first time he was on the Tonight Show, he said he was broke or something. He had like $80 in the bank. The next day, he got $70,000 worth of work.
Wow.
Back when that was like a lot of money.
Sure.
The next day.
I go on Fallon now. I lose followers.
Well, yeah,
It's
funny.
true. It happens.
Yeah.
No,
And-
it's,
and they
you're
But
right.
it just makes me so mad when everyone's like, Tonight Show said, I'm like, oh, I get so irritated. But I've been irritated since Letterman for that.
It gives you a little something just something to put on a flyer. And dumb audiences in the middle of the country go, hey, it's Tonight Show.
They do. People are like, oh wow. People get excited about that shit still.
No, comedians get excited, and it's driving me nuts.
Well,
You
it's
want a
definitely,
peeve? I'm giving you one.
it's definitely dead now. It's pointless now. And if you tell
And
one
also,
of those
they
guys,
fucking neuter your set. That's the problem.
even
Yeah,
back-
that's a
well,
whole
I'll
nother
tell you
thing.
what. Even back in the old days, I used to work in the late 80s. I'd be working with somebody who did like 3 Lettermans, and I'd have to be the headliner.
oh,
And I was like,
that's annoying.
this guy did 3 Lettermans. Nobody cared. That was in the 80s. This is all a delusion. People.
Right.
Well, back then, when we didn't have all this kind of promotion. So if you went on Letterman and promoted, I'm going to be at Hilarities next week, it would barely do a bump. Ask any club. But if you did local radio in Cleveland, you would sell tickets.
Right.
That's
So
amazing.
it's all delusion.
Yeah. But you get to show your mom.
Yeah, my mom gets
Moms
excited.
don't give a damn. They're not comedy nerds. They don't give a shit if we're on the
That's
Tonight
true.
Show.
She's not a comedy nerd, but she'll be like, oh, that's a thing I can see. It's tangible. Like,
If you want, I was on Good Morning America, the third hour, by the way, this morning, and which by
you,
the way,
you didn't get those hot anchors who were hooking up.
Oh, yeah, they're gone.
That's
I did it with them once. They were great.
They seem great,
They were great.
but anyway, But I'm just saying that's going to affect people's moms more than comedy.
That's true. That's true.
Letterman, if you do like Good Morning America or like, Rachel Ray and stuff, that seems like it's more.
Ellen.
I refuse to give up on this one. I'm dying on this hill.
No, I see what you're saying. It doesn't move the needle, but it gives you little things. When a club promoter says, "What do you got?" You can send them that link, and they see in a suit laughing with Jimmy.
Yeah, but you're right. No,
it doesn't move the needle.
But this helped us headline when we were young.
That's
comics.
true.
It did?
That's
Yeah,
true.
it really did, because club owners were living in the 80s and they're like, he's been on Conan. And they're like, wait, why is this guy
okay.
selling any tickets? So, it helped us get work. So I think
guess so.
we're, on some level, still locked in that.
But I hate the fact that even my generation was locked in it when I knew
Yeah.
the guy that did 3 Lettermans. Actually, now I realize he did 2 Lettermans. I don't know why I said 3, but
It was a bit of a badge of honor,
I think I was trying to win the argument.
I get it. Hey, you got to fight
I gave
for it.
myself the
It's a
benefit.
peeve of mine. People lying to win
Then
arguments.
I realized it was
Yeah.
2.
What are you, Santos? Yeah, I don't know. I won't do one now probably because they tweak my act so much. And you
It's such a headache to
TikTok video.
write it out in text. I'm like,
Oh my
fuck
God.
you.
Yeah, I know.
But I'd like to write right now, not a bit. I'd like to write, what are the bullet points Mark needs to hit to save his marriage when he goes home?
That I need help with.
I would say
She's gonna be working on
number
her
one
acting.
is
That'd be a great
even though
late night
it's-
segment.
Number 1 is listen. I didn't even want to do this goddamn podcast, but I feel like it sells tickets, so we can live out.
That's not bad. I'll use that actually tonight.
Yes. we talked about the house. I'm just
You did go. She must, on some level, realize how big it is for you to take this amount of time off, though.
Well, I kept saying Quinn. She's like, oh, okay. So,
I wasn't lying. He was excited as hell.
yes, I'm a fan.
But that's why I said we should do it next week. If I knew you were coming back from South Africa, I've been there, coach. And it's not pretty. He's going to sleep like a beast. I hope you don't have a gig tomorrow or tonight.
I'm flying out to Nashville tomorrow. 10 sold out shows.
You better go to sleep early tonight.
I got a couple spots.
10 shows is a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm diving right back in because I got that vacation rust.
Yes, and you got some vacation jokes.
I do.
I used to have some stuff on Safari.
Oh yeah.
I'll sell it to you. You do it in
Please.
Nashville.
Put it in the new hour. How done is it? Would you say you're at like 85%?
I would say
or quarter past
75.
50. Sorry.
75.
75? That's not close at all. You gotta
right,
put that
85.
back in the oven. All right. And
You know what would really put this over the top is if you did a Fallon appearance. I think that
There
would really.
you
I did Fallon last week.
Did you?
Oh, I thought it was no big deal. Why do these comics still do it
I
Tonight
love
Show?
Fallon. I personally love Fallon.
He's a nice guy.
It's some
He
of
is
my
very
favorite TV to do
Yeah.
because we bust each other's balls and we go back a long way. And
And it's a guaranteed laugh.
yeah, but I just meant as far as I didn't mean Fallon. I meant any of these talk show appearances. Here's what bothers me about them. Let me just rephrase it.
Okay.
It's not doing them. It's the fact that it's this ritual now set up. And it started back then where everybody is being a comedian, being funny. And then suddenly it's like, let's make sure we tensely wear our nicest suit. And it's like watching a criminal in court.
Right.
They're like this. Okay. And then, okay, let's wait. And it just, it takes all the fun out of comedy.
And
You
the
know what I mean?
edge, yeah, totally.
They make you less of you. I agree with that.
Yes.
And then it's all
Watered
this
down.
precision shit, and it's all this precise. This joke, that, and then 1 minute before you go on, lose a minute. You're like, wait a minute, we worked this out to the T, and they tell me lose a minute.
Yeah.
We're late on time, or stretch 2 minutes.
Right.
It's like all this precise things.
Yes.
And now this.
Maybe that's why the Sam Kinison Letterman is so epic.
It's so goddamn epic.
Because he really just breaks all the rules. He goes in the crowd. He fucks with a guy. He yells. He goes
It is
long.
So
I mean, that was a career maker.
that was. I don't know if that did make his career. I'm trying to remember at the time.
I bet the Dangerfield thing helped.
That
The
was
Dangerfield
big.
thing was big back then. That show was big.
And that felt like real comedy. It felt
It
less
was in a
precise.
club, and it was, dude,
Rodney.
Rodney bringing people out and the intros being funny. For Bill Hicks, this next comic, he's so far ahead of his time, his parents haven't even met yet.
So
That's killer.
He wrote a joke about the comic he's presenting. That's
Yes.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Those were great sets. Robert Schimmel. And,
Oh, they were great.
Killer, yeah. Even Dice.
Dice
That
is
was
hilarious.
Carol Leifer. Everyone on those lineups was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, they were all funny. And Rodney was great. Yeah.
Bob Nelson, Robert Townsend.
He turned me down.
Oh,
Turned me
really?
down. Rodney, he saw me, but he turned me down flatteringly. He goes, "Hey, kid, it's hilarious. I can't put you on for that kind. You're like an inside guy for comedian. You're not." He was just like, "You're great. Yeah, don't worry, but I can't put you on."
Wow.
And then we came up and said,
At
that
least
to
he complimented you, though.
And at least he said it to my face.
Yeah.
He didn't call my manager. He said it right after the set to me. You're great, kid. You're great. You know I can't put you on.
Wow, that's pretty insane, though, for
So
a guy at that
funny.
level to do it that
Yeah.
way.
Yes, he did it directly.
Yeah.
He's a comedian.
That's unheard of.
Were you a huge Rodney fan?
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny.
So funny.
Now, what about what did Dennis Miller tell you? Because I think about this twice a
Oh,
week.
Dennis. He goes, yeah, he came to see. I mean, this was a big deal back then.
He was the guy.
He came to see me. He was the guy. And he came to see me with his date. And he goes, I mean, so it was already like, that's the honor. This guy came out of his
That's
way
insane.
to watch me do an hour. And he goes, you're great, man. You're great. You got it all. He goes, there's just, I can't put my finger on it. There's something missing. And I was like, well, nowadays I'd be like, could you put your finger on it?
Well, I think you did. I think you did. You found the one man's.
Yeah, maybe.
That's your thing.
The one-man shows,
No, it haunts
they're all
me
on
so.
Netflix, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the New York one is like, the New York story
Legendary.
is like,
The New York ones are well, especially for a kid from these New York kid, you know what I mean?
but it's
Manhattan
not
Night.
just in New York, not just for New Yorkers. It's an incredible show.
Yeah, I showed that to my dad.
That
He
is
loved it.
like, that is like in the top New York things for me ever. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I
Yeah,
love
no,
it.
that was my that was the one I could die with. In fact, I did have a heart attack after I did that, and in the ambulance when I thought I was dead, I go, well, at least I got the New York story out there.
Wow.
That's how I felt about
Damn.
You're a comic
That's
to your
a
fucking
comic.
death.
As a comic,
Holy
but
shit.
also it's your story. It was my story. I wanted it out there, like
Yeah.
what I thought, what I think the world, how the world would
Right,
work.
right.
So it was like, that's part of our thing. When you're
Well-
doing stand up, you're going, you want laughs, but you're
Yeah.
also like saying, hey, here's how I see the world.
Yes.
And you want people to laugh like, okay, good, I see it that way too.
You're telling the EMT it's on Netflix.
I have a question about one-man shows for you is, I don't think a lot of one-man show comics work out their show in a comedy club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be one of the few who
Yeah.
does that. I mean,
It's always some queefy black box or something.
Well, that's why I hate even calling it a one-man show, because I feel like it's such a negative connotation to us,
Sure.
not to the rest of the world. I mean, but yeah, no, that's exactly right. I mean, if it works at clubs, but it is funny because you do develop a harsh, like a shell, where like sometimes if I'm in the theater, I'll be like, I better get to the next show quick because it's too quiet. Some asshole's gonna say something,
Right.
I'm gonna have to fucking, stop for a minute and bust his ball. Like, you're always ready,
yeah.
just because that's comedy.
Exactly.
That's every club.
Exactly.
I was at Laugh Out Loud, whatever it's called, in Phoenix about a month and a half ago,
Oh, yeah.
and it was going great. And then 3/4 of the way, some guy goes, woo, in the middle of the show. So, of course, I attack him. Everybody laughs. And I go, whoa, just make a joke. And the girl goes, woo, right after. So now, it was funny before, but now I'm so mad.
Ugh.
What the fuck? I turn on her.
Yeah.
And it's like, only in the middle of a great show. And I'm like, stop doing that because you got to get back to the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you could just tell. I was like, I busted his balls. But I should have just kept going with her.
Yeah.
Instead, I just got so irritated that she added it right after I went back into another bed.
Of course.
And she's not with him.
Right.
She's just drunk too. And then you just, you know what I mean? So that's the difference. You always have that side of you, for better and for worse.
Yep.
At a one-man show where I'm in a theater, but I'm just thinking, you know what I mean? Like, watch out for somebody. You know what I mean? You never fully trust completely.
I'm jealous of those comics who can just take a beat and look around. I'm like, what kind of confidence do you have?
Unbelievable.
Isn't that wild? I'm joke,
It's
joke. Just because I'm terrified of losing them.
It's unbelievable. And that is a real skill.
Real
that is
skill.
really important.
And I don't have a
I don't
lick
have
of it.
But it's a real skill.
a lot of those comics suck, though.
A lot of them suck, but the good ones, it's impressive.
It is impressive when you can chill in the silence and then like release that tension and get a huge pop. That is pretty damn cool. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
a lot of those comics I'm watching who are comfortable in the silence, I'm like, you shouldn't be that comfortable.
No,
I
that's,
guess
that's
true.
right.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's right.
But I wish I had a little of it. Wouldn't you like to have a little
Yes.
of it?
a little. No, I'm with you, man. every word. I fuck up one word, I panic. You know?
Same,
No, exactly.
same. Frazzled.
No, they really there's things you can take from all these other comics.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing where it's really like that's something you should learn. I do regret not having that because that's a real. Yes, I wouldn't have wrote as much, I wouldn't have written as much, and I wouldn't be developing. But you could still do that. You still have a work ethic and still have that. In fact, you should give yourself that gift because you're doing all this hard work. You know what I mean? And then and the crowd, it even relaxes them to a certain extent.
I know.
They like it too.
Yeah.
Because I'm so that I think they get like lulled almost into this kind of like I can stop listening because he'll just keep going.
Right.
But if you pause, they listen more.
Because if you pause, you're saying, "Hey, guess what? This is important. I'm giving you a joke." Well, I used to always say Cosby, bad example, but Bill Cosby
He's
had
good at putting you to sleep.
less jokes than any goddamn comedian. I never even liked his act, but the way he structured it, every time he did a joke, we got a reward in the middle of the story.
Right.
So he wrote 1/20th of the jokes you guys have written. But it was a reward, and that's how those people structure their
He put a reward in the drink too for himself. But he would do like 3 hours.
And he would
3 hours.
Yeah, but I'm saying those weren't 3 hours of jokes.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And people loved it. Even comedians loved it.
And
because it was the structure was set up. So it's like, I'll get you the joke, but you're in the story like, oh, you know what I mean?
It's like a nice restaurant where you don't mind the food taking a little longer because you know it's going to be, spectacular.
That's true. But there is something about the New York pace where you're following a guy at the cellar who's like machine gunning. You've heard that, right? He's machine gunning jokes. And then it's hard to go up there and just be like, what else?
But some people do. People do it very successfully.
Bargatze.
Even in that thing.
Yeah, I've seen Bargatze go after like some high energy black comic, and he goes, "Hey, everybody," and he gets them. I'm like, "How did you do that?"
And you know who used to do that? Ray Romano. They used to call him the Bargatze of the night. But Ray Romano would go up after like a killer show at the cellar, like, you know what I mean? And everybody just killed. And he's like, I got 2 kids. It's all young people. My wife. And people are like, what the fuck? He's showing his kids and his wife. And in 5 minutes, he just get him and kill.
Wow.
He just kept his energy, you know what I mean? Now, he had joke. It was different stuff, but it was still in his, like, Bargatze, in his body, just like, here's the way it's got to be. And as you both know, the first thing in comedy that takes the hardest to learn is, I'm all you've got, folks. This is all you've got. Nobody else is coming. I can't be what I'm not. Well, same with acting.
Yeah.
I can't be something. I can't be whatever comic you love. I'm not that person. All I have is me. That's all you got. So it's either enough or not, but nothing's coming out of here but this person. And that's, I feel like that's the thing, a lot of comics, that's the step that takes a few years.
Right.
When you're just like, this is it, folks. This is all I'm bringing. I can't bring energy. This is not my energy.
It's weird because you do the road to connect and to make your shit tight, but then when you do some of those bad road rooms, as you said, you're used to the woo, and that makes you a little more guarded to slow down. Like how many shows, how many of those shows have you done where you're like, I have to speed up my set because they're fucking talking?
Of course.
Well, yeah,
most of them.
That's when you have to. Yeah.
I
mean, that's the only good part is like you said, when you work them, it's 50-50. It's going to go great, or they're going to get thrown out. But sometimes you get great rewards when you're just like, hey, you stop their conversation and bring it in. Sometimes you get some good things out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
true. But the
true.
worst part is in the middle of that thing, you know what I mean? Because if you're not tense with those people, it's less tense. If you're like, hey, what the fuck? Then it gets tense.
Right.
But the worst part is the people trying to defend you, and then starts a fight with another table.
The
other table's like, shut the fuck up. And you're like, no, I can handle this, but it's too late. Right? It's terrible.
What do you think of those guys who will do stand-up for years, be great at it, and then just kind of fizzle out and then do maybe a movie here and there or something? Wouldn't you miss it? These people just kind of stop doing it.
But do they really stop? I mean, I feel like everybody goes back to it.
I think a lot of people go back because they have to. They're like, I need some income.
No, not Kevin James, Ray Romano, Sandler. They don't need income, any of them. But they all go back. They miss it.
There's something about the live the live show that I
Yeah,
think you can't.
it's
stay away.
honest.
Well, yeah, who
Right.
are you talking about? Maybe Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy are the two.
Oh yeah, they have perfect examples.
But they didn't fizzle out.
They didn't fizzle out, but they don't really do
They
stand-up.
stopped stand-up,
Letterman.
yeah.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
Letterman. But he only did crowd work, I think, from what I heard about him.
Oh,
he didn't
weird.
have bits.
Oh,
He was
okay.
just a crowd work guy.
Because everybody blows Letterman, but I'm a Leno guy. Because he's as a guy. I don't know if you want to talk shows. And
Yeah.
Letterman's talk show is better, but as a guy, I like Leno.
Yeah, I mean, as a guy, I don't really know.
Like as a stand-up, he
he
seems
was
like a
much
better
better
hang,
stand-up. Oh yeah,
better hang, better stand-up.
he
Still
was
doing
a much
it.
better stand. He was great at stand. I mean, he'd go on Letterman and just do these great bits ahead of his time. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. God, you met everybody.
What's that?
You met everybody,
Yeah,
and half of them are dead.
yeah.
That's the sad part.
Yeah, I'm glad you're okay, man. I'm glad.
Yes, heart
that's
attack.
crazy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I went to my, I really have a diet that's really a bit. It's like throwing down. It's like I mean, it's a 12-year-old kid diet.
Sure,
And
a lot of comics.
I went to my doctor, who's a very serious, strict doctor, Orthodox, and about a month ago. But I take my medication. This is how good statins are. My diet is not. I did the
Island?
stress test. He goes, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Uh-huh.
He said, you're in great shape. That's how good statins are. They're the miracle drug.
What's a statin?
Yes. If you're old, you know all this stuff. You guys
Oh,
are too
sorry.
young.
I don't know statin.
Anybody over 50 is like, a statin. That's all you talk about.
What is that, a pill?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh, there it is. All right.
It's the miracle drug of all time.
Really?
Whoever invented statin should be as rich as Bill Gates.
Now, are you cutting back on the bad food?
Nah.
Are you working out?
Nah. I mean, I was working out. I was never in better shape working out than right when I had the
Oh, really?
It was because I wasn't taking a statin. I hate to keep saying the word statin, but, if it saves one of your listeners, it's the miracle drug.
But you were in good. You were in your best shape. when that
Akira
happened?
Endo. Japanese guy.
Ah, he invented it.
Wow.
Okay.
Does that freak you out that you're in the best shape of your life and you're?
And you have a heart attack.
I mean, at the time, it did. It depressed me. Yeah.
Well, obviously. But
Was it how painful was the heart attack?
Painful. I couldn't
Really?
even believe how much pain it is. I literally thought you went numb.
whoa.
They would say your left arm goes numb. I was in so much pain. I was That's what I do in my act about cursing, because you feel like somebody's pushing their elbow or their fist into your chest,
Yeah.
and it doesn't stop. I was going crazy. It really hurts.
That's fucking.
How long does it
terrifying.
last?
It kept. It had to be an hour till I was finally in the operation.
Oh, my God. It's like that Richard Pryor joke. Shouldn't have had all that pork. But yeah.
He had one of the greatest bits was that bit about his.
Oh, yeah.
All his medical stuff was really funny.
Yeah. He would personify everything. The heart
Yes.
the heart would talk.
Yes.
The crack pipe would talk. But yeah.
Yeah, he was really. Yeah.
I think that's been covered.
Yeah, it has. But
He's good. He's good at comedy.
He's a good comic,
Good at
yeah.
comedy. Did you ever see him go up or no? Live? No.
I met him once briefly for 2 seconds.
Yeah. I don't want to keep you too long. I know you got a
Oh,
thing
yeah.
to go to.
I got a big important show.
Where are you going after this?
I gotta go. I got an interview. Somebody wants to, like, the New Yorker's doing a piece.
Are you not doing James Corden? You doing 5?
Oh,
You got to do a late
I
night
mean,
set?
James Corden at Balthazar.
You still got it. Good to
a
have
little
you back.
old, but it's still there.
Still works.
It still works.
Still
But I
works.
still want to hear. I still am interested. So you went on the safari. First, you went at a hotel in Cape Town for a couple of days.
Yeah, do the beach and a little nightlife.
Where'd you go? Cape,
It's called
Fancy hotel?
Camps Bay, but we stayed in a 5-star hotel. It's Rand out there. That's the name of their money, Rand, and
Right.
it's so cheap. Like that pizza would be 8 million Rand. So you live like a king. I stayed in these great hotels, and we'd go on these tours, and we saw ostrich and penguin and baboons.
did you go to
Incredible.
that ocean where the ocean meets?
Yes, I did all that stuff. I got some photos of that. I'll
It's
send
so
you.
weird because there's this. You go to this ocean thing. I never felt like this in my life. How you feel in parts of Africa? They always go, "Oh, it's where like light be," and you just get this weird feeling, right?
Yeah,
It's
oh,
like
yeah.
this strange vibe.
It's weird. And we had this old driver lady, and she was sweet as hell, but she's so boring. You're like, as a comic, you're like, you got to bring
God.
it, sister. Give me some fun facts. So I kept being like, give me some apartheid stuff.
Right.
And she was like, well, that's a little heavy. And I'm like, yeah, but you're talking about a palm tree. I don't care about the species of plant. Give me the racism. But she wouldn't do it.
Well, you should go to Belfast. I was in Belfast this summer, and they have ex-IRA and UDF fighter guys that give you tours now.
Now we're talking.
That's the kind of thing you would like.
That's what I want. I want a Holocaust museum. I want a 9/11 memorial. I want the juice.
It's interesting. Only we had the woman, but she was still interesting. She was still kind of
The woman.
well, she didn't fight with the IRA. But
I see.
Her family was IRA, and it wasn't the one. You want the guy that was in the actual.
We were all in Ireland together, remember?
Oh,
the greatest.
That was great.
I still remember us being in that museum and Chris DiStefano farting. And we all start laughing. And everyone just stared at us like, you guys are fucking trash.
Americans.
That was uncool. And even that museum, it was all English.
Yeah.
There was no Irish museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
was fun as hell.
We would meet up at about 10, have breakfast, and be like,
Yes.
we're going to go to the Bluffs, then we're going to go to the museum, then we're going to the brewery, and we'd stay there for 9 hours and talk.
And only one person made the most out of their trip and golfed every day, went all over the country.
Nate Bargatze. The Ray
You
Romano
went to
of
the
Ireland.
same cafe every day we were there.
Yeah,
You're such a New Yorker. You find your spot and you're like, I'm set.
How about Bargatze golfing? And it pissed me off every day when he did. I mean, I barely knew him, but I was like, what the hell's he doing going out there golfing?
He'd go at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were sitting there with Chris D, and he just got a sitcom or some pilot or something.
Right.
And he was telling you about it, and you go, that's not going to go. And he was like, dude, we got Chaz Palminteri, we got NBC, it's all locked in. And you're like, I'm telling you, it's not
not
good.
gonna go.
Because I
And it
read-
didn't go.
Because I read it.
Ah.
That's
And
tough.
they it was everything that's wrong. I mean, everything that's wrong with,
Showbiz.
the creative thing today.
Oh, yeah.
Everything about it, I was like, it's not fun. It's not funny. It's resolved. It's all imaginary world.
Yep.
It's just so,
Laugh track.
just the writing, the characters are imaginary.
Ah. Damn. Well, he's doing fine now.
Christy.
Funny guy.
Love Chris D.
But yeah, that fest, I don't know if they would have us back.
What? The
I don't-
festival?
I don't think they're the Vodafone. I don't think they would have us back.
Why not?
No.
I don't know.
I think it was fine, but nobody cared.
Right.
Look, we all did great, but they don't. What we didn't. There was no reason to bring us back. Nobody was clamoring for us.
Sure. Well, you
Yeah,
were
I
a
feel like
thing.
you're a big deal there.
Yeah, I
Quinn,
think so.
come on.
I thought I would be, but
We watched your show. You were fucking
they haven't asked
crushing.
for me back.
Well, remember we saw Tommy Tiernan, and
Yes.
boy, did he fucking level. It was like 600
Tommy Tiernan?
seats.
Yes.
Murdering.
Murdering.
He'd take his cap off, put it on the mic stand, and just 0 to 60. That was great. I bombed a few times because I had to learn the rhythm of it. It's a different rhythm over there.
Right. It's a serious. It's so funny because I think you said it actually that even though they're drinking, so some of these shows are at 9:30. We're in a tent and they're drinking. So we all know what that vibe is
Yes.
like. Only the difference is here, they're listening after each joke. There's no momentum.
Right. No momentum.
No, you
Joke
said
to
that.
joke.
No momentum. So it's a joke. Haha. Okay. What do you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they're drinking, it's deceptive drinking.
Totally.
The energy is not going to be like hysteria.
Tight
Right.
drinkers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're just listening.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, right?
They're a great. Did you see the movie Belfast?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, it was good.
It was cute.
It was a good movie.
Horrendous.
You
It was
hated it?
literally
They really softened the IRA
the most
stuff.
boring movie I've ever seen. I like Kenneth Branagh, but I was like, Jesus Christ.
It was Disneyfied.
There's
It felt
nothing
like.
happening.
Yeah.
You know a movie I just watched on my flight back? Like classic, I've never seen, but fucking amazing. Paper Moon.
Oh,
I'd never
Tatum
seen
O'Neal,
this.
the
I'd never
youngest
seen
Academy
this.
Award winner.
Great movie.
Dude, it's
Great
fucking
movie.
amazing.
Great movie.
And all the grifts are brilliant. Like no one ever pointed out how
Yes.
great these.
But they
these
didn't
are so
lean on
clever.
the grifts.
They
It
didn't
wasn't
lean.
about the grifts, which I'm like,
Right.
if they made that now, it would be all about the grifts.
Yeah,
yes.
And they wouldn't be as clever.
Yes.
But
That's
no, it's
true.
about, I mean, dude, she's amazing.
she's
Oh
great.
my God.
It was
And
like I've never seen a kid act like that.
I was about her age when I came out. And I was mad. I was so in love with her for years.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about it for like 2 years. That's all I could think about.
Well, it was that perfect age.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, but and Madeline Kahn was hilarious.
Oh, she's underrated.
She was great.
She's always funny.
Young Frankenstein, right?
Blazing
Oh my
Saddles,
God!
yeah.
How good!
Yeah.
And how good was she in? Blazing Saddles.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit, yeah.
So
she was
good.
hilarious.
Is it true?
Yo, what a nice guy.
She was great in the movie Clue too. Which no
he
one
was?
talks- She
I
was.
forgot,
Yeah.
I haven't-
By the way, you know it's a bad movie. Speaking of Clue, that new Onion movie.
Oh, you didn't like Onion?
I didn't hate it. You hated it? I saw. You know what happened? I saw it in
horrible.
Fort Wayne, Indiana,
Well,
in
that
a theater,
helps.
So I think that really, I was kind of like, thank God.
I watch
needed
movies on a
something.
plane, and I'm like, this is a great movie. and I
Yes,
tell
yes.
people, like, hey, what's so good about it?
I didn't hate it. I mean, it was fun.
It was bad.
The only good thing about it was, well, first of all, that movie was jerking itself off the whole time. It was so
Yeah.
proud of himself. But it was Christmas, and I'm with my wife's family, so I'm like, put this on, and it kind of saved it because it's just so awkward. So you could just put this movie on, and we're all like, all right.
Did you like the first one or no?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, Daniel
I thought it
Craig,
was great.
look, he did the best he could, but he's really not right for that kind of a guy. You know?
I think you don't think he's good?
I thought he's all right.
I like him.
For that part,
What's
you of all people, he's playing in New Orleans.
I do declare.
I mean, it's a bit of a blackface on the southern accent.
But
Yeah.
he's just that great, you know. Like he's doing a great job for who he is, but
Yeah.
he's not the guy for that part. You can't have a guy all jacked up like that.
Right.
It's just not right.
Well, he wants to get out of Bond so bad.
Yeah,
He's taking everything.
and he's showing his range, but I don't need to. You know what I mean?
Benoit.
what have you seen that is good recently?
Oh, did you see Western Front?
No,
All Quiet on the Western Front?
the original.
No, the new one.
No,
It's incredible. It
Really?
moved me.
I'd like to see it. That's
Moved
a
me,
powerful
Jerry.
movie.
So good. I think it's up for some Oscars,
But what
too.
else is up?
Banshees
Oh,
of Inisherin?
Banshees.
That was good.
I love
That was really good.
I know, I gotta watch that.
Weird as fuck.
I'll watch that this
Yeah, the
weekend.
weird part I didn't like.
There was one thing in it that kind of I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's a great.
Oh
I mean,
my.
the writing's so good. Like the
So-
dialogue's
Really?
so fucking.
So good.
Yeah.
Just a it's what's funnier than two friends and you know,
Who just
Right.
hate each
you're
other.
not ruining because
Yeah.
the beginning starts.
Yeah.
It's just two friends that go out every day. And there's 10 people in the town, and this guy doesn't want to hang out with them anymore.
Oh, that's great.
So funny.
It's funny as hell, and it's like, you
Is
know,
it a spin-off of In Bruges?
no,
No,
okay.
no, but yeah, no, not at all.
no. It takes place like in
Okay.
the 20s, I guess, or something. You know, but
Yeah.
man, Colin Farrell's fucking great in it.
Oh my God.
It's like tragic in it.
He's I know. He's so good.
Yeah, he's amazing in it.
He's got it all.
I feel like he was in a ton of shitty movies for like 10 years. And
He
then,
goes. He's
Well, he's so
looked off
handsome.
in the rise. He goes. He's got it all.
He's got
Oh,
looks
you're looking
and
at-
talent.
Yeah, he really was good.
anything else you saw that's good?
I don't know. Think of some other.
I just rewatched Sexy Beast. You ever seen that?
We were talking about it before you got
no
here.
about
fucking
that.
way. Shut up, really?
The best.
That's a great
I'm
movie.
laying in a pool in
that
Cape
song
Town thinking
Peaches in
about-
the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pull that up. Pull that up.
Yes.
I used to come on stage to that song. It's just so
You
cool.
did?
Oh,
I
really?
love it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Great.
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
Ben
Ben
Kingsley.
Kingsley.
No.
Ray
Ray
Winstone.
Winstone. Yeah. That's my ideal vacation. Just laying in an Italian villa pool, drunk
Yes.
at like 2.
Yes, Don. Yes, Don. You're doing it, Don.
I try to show this
And
to
who's the
ladies.
other guy who's the other scary guy?
Oh, yeah, I know who you're
He's
Oh
talking
in-
yeah,
about.
Ian McShane.
He's
McShane,
awesome.
yes.
He's good.
That movie fucking rules.
That movie's great.
It's real stylized.
There's certain
It's fun.
movies that I can't see and not think of Colin. Like Mean Streets is like a Colin movie.
Oh, come on.
Mean Streets is better than Goodfellas. I'll argue it right
Whoa.
Well,
I'm
Goodfellas
saying
is
it
too
right now.
long, maybe. But
What?
It's a little long.
here. Mean Streets.
No, Goodfellas. It's about 8 minutes too long. I
Whoa.
I don't like either of these takes.
I don't like that take.
I mean, I love the movie. I'm just saying.
I don't like either take here.
No, I'll tell you, it was too long. Scarface. Scarface was this brilliant movie, and then suddenly this whole montage
Little
with like
cartoony.
buying the place. And I know they're trying to get it all in, but it's like you're covering too much.
Right.
Do a part 2, Godfather. You know,
Yeah.
Scarface had the best character actors of all time.
Well, Mean Streets
F. Murray
felt...
Abraham and
I'll tell you
Oh,
another.
yeah.
I'll tell you another thing that's gonna blow his mind. How come there's never been a great character movie about New Orleans? The closest thing to a great character movie in New Orleans with those characters.
We all know it.
What?
Oh, the book?
No, the
Oh.
closest thing to a movie.
Hmm.
I mean, a movie that actually closest thing to New Orleans characters.
Colin, you got to talk to the mic.
Sorry, closest thing to New Orleans characters. JFK,
Huh.
John Candy, Kevin Bacon, Tommy Lee Jones,
Right.
Joe Pesci. I mean, these people are all New Orleans characters. You guys are not moved by this. Now
Wait,
listen,
I haven't seen the movie in
I
so long.
saw it as a kid and I was
Yeah.
too young to. when I
it's the
saw it.
best. It's the movie
Oliver
itself is
Stone,
good,
right? Yeah.
but the characters are so funny and so brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to rewatch
I went
it.
on an Oliver Stone kick as a kid, and I think I was too young for like half of them.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Salvador's amazing.
Never
Platoon,
saw that one.
obviously.
Platoon is great.
Wall Street and JFK. That's all
Yeah.
you need to see with him.
They won't let him make another movie now unless it's gangster movie.
Isn't that weird?
Oh, that's Coppola.
Yeah,
sorry.
well, Coppola's got a movie trouble now, right? Isn't there some weird thing happening?
Why?
I think
Against
it's like
Marvel
people are
Comics.
walking off the set or something like
What?
that. Yeah, pull it up.
He walked off the set?
I think Oliver Stone got a little QAnon-y.
Yeah.
Megalopolis.
Oh, my God. He's been trying to make this for 40 years.
Oh, Will Smith.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, old slapperoo. Little
Yeah.
Ray Rice. I heard Rock's got some great Will Smith stuff. Finally.
Oh, I bet he does, yeah.
All right, what are we reading on camera
All right,
here?
yeah.
All right, boys. Come on. I think it'll come out eventually. 80s in New York. Oh, boy.
It's crazy that like Apocalypse Now, so that just kind of like ruined Coppola. I mean, he made a couple movies after that, but I feel like he couldn't. Do you think that just fucked him up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, all those movies after that was stupid, like The Outsiders and all that shit. I think that's what fucked him
That
up.
was a hit, though.
Not Apocalypse Now, The Outsiders and One from the Heart. It's his fault for making all those shit movies after that.
I never saw Rumblefish. That was
he
him
did
too,
Rumblefish.
right?
There's another one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, why would you make those movies? Why?
Paycheck? I don't know.
No, he didn't need a paycheck. He had a winery.
Ah,
I'll tell you, he's probably pissed because George Lucas really made the money.
yeah.
Oh yeah. And
George
Spielberg, that was
Lucas
his
made
era.
the, oh boy, he made the real money.
Well, he got the merchandise for Star Wars.
Yes.
It's like Nicholson with Batman. He got all the money.
Oh, he did?
He got
yeah.
a merch deal for Batman, and I think he got a piece of every Batman movie.
I think
That's
so.
the kind of thing that the last of those was. They're like, that'll never happen again.
Never happen again.
They're like, we're not going to let that happen.
He got a piece of Batman.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Especially because he had nothing to do with any
No.
DC Marvel before that or after that.
Fuck
He was just
no.
like, no, I just want a piece, and they gave it to him.
That movie, he
Still
got so much
making
money, he made
Batman.
Wolf.
Oh, yes.
That was fun.
I remember when doesn't he piss on
Yes.
James Spader's shoes? Isn't it?
He's
that
marking his
scene?
territory.
Yeah, I remember that a little bit. It had some fun moments.
A little R.
Even
Kelly.
bad Nicholson movies are kind of fun.
Oh,
'Cause it's just
yeah.
him being-
Well, what about Ben Kingsley does that on the floor, right? Doesn't he piss on the floor in
Oh,
Sexy Beast?
yeah, a little
Oh
dominance.
yeah.
Yeah, Nicholson's always fun, no matter how bad. Even I watched It's Complicated or whatever the fuck he's in with.
That's not him. That's something's got to give.
Something's got to give. I watched that because he's in it.
He's fun.
He's fun. I think. What is he? Is he in the 90s yet?
He's 80.
He's got to be, yeah.
86.
I give him one more year.
Don't fucking say
I'm
that.
not- I don't
put
want
that
him to
into
go.
the-
I'm
don't
just
fucking-
saying,
We're
you
not
know.
doing Death Pool on
All right,
Nicholson.
all right.
No, he's definitely close, though.
Don't put it
Have you
out
seen-
there.
85.
Have you seen him at the Lakers games?
Oh, he looks like ass.
Have you seen the Lakers at the Lakers games?
Nice. Nice.
Why go? Yeah, I mean, Duke, I love that he would still be courtside with Town. They're like
Yes.
the two guys.
Robert Town. Look at that. Holy shit. He looks like Susan Boyle.
That's,
Jesus.
that was young. Yeah, that was years ago.
Oh, that's when he's still sexy. Holy hell.
I heard you guys used to close your acts with Nicholson. that was a big insult when I was coming up.
Guys, hold on. Let me the turnaround and then this.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson in the Army. Oh, that's fun. Bucket list.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned on this, but underrated Nicholson movie, The Last Detail.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie.
Underrated
Great
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh,
That's
Sandler.
Banged a lot of porn stars.
Nicholson?
Sandler.
Oh.
No, Nicholson. Yeah, he had him. Him and Angelica
Speaking
Houston.
of Sandler, man, Grown Ups.
Oh, baby.
Quinn can hoop.
What's that? Oh,
You got a J?
I wish they would have had a couple of more of my moves in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that they're
We
playing that Hot
played-
Chocolate song. Everyone's a winner. Great tune.
Oh, great. But how about the fact that we played every day? It was so relaxing and fun hanging out there. That set all day for like 2 months. All comedians, everybody's just joking and shooting hoops all day, waiting for when you're between shots. I mean, what's more fun than that? You're
Yeah.
just standing there shooting around. But the best player by far, the kid that played my son in the movie, was like 10 years old, 12. He had an outside shot. It was crazy.
Really?
And all the extras are sitting on the watching us. So every time you miss, this kid, he was by the end of the movie,
Pull
he
him
was like,
up.
people just loved him.
Really?
He was the greatest.
Wow. I never saw the movie.
Well, it was a classic. You missed. Where is that kid? Anyway,
Now, how fun is that? I mean, Sandler is just the best at we'll go to Hawaii, we'll do 50
Yep.
first dates,
Yep.
we'll live there for a year.
that's how he is.
Genius.
Everybody stays top.
And
Everything's great.
he works basketball into the movies. You guys just get to
and
hoop
he works,
together.
and he plays every break at lunch. He finds a court and plays. That's his thing.
Wow.
And one day I'm like, I can't play. I don't have sneakers. He goes, get him sneakers. And somebody shows up with sneakers for me. New sneakers, basketball
Wow, that's amazing.
The Kyrie Fives. Yeah.
sneakers. Yes. Well, not those, but good sneakers.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That's amazing.
I heard that you guys used to go like do the cellar and then just walk to West 4th Street and play till like 5 a.m.
We probably did. I don't. I remember playing late at night at West 4th. Yeah, and we used to play right before Tough Crowd. Me, Patrice, and all these guys. Big J.
Yeah.
By the way, Big J can hoop.
Really?
I've heard that.
Big J. So we go and play at Chelsea by 10th Avenue and like 23rd Street, 22nd Street, or 28th Street. There was this court, and we'd play. Everybody would go there and play. Little Kevin Hart can hoop.
Oh, I bet.
And Big J and Patrice would be against each other. They were the two centers. And both of them could really hoop.
Wow.
And Big J had a little spin. I still remember his spin game. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all used to play. It was fun.
That's amazing.
hilarious.
Really fun.
Big J and
At like
Patrice.
1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Yeah.
You know what's so sad about that is if you did that now, we'd all have to get content. Hold on, let me get Kev doing the spin move, and we'd have to film it.
I
It
know,
would
but
ruin
aren't you
everything.
kind of bummed you don't have any footage of that?
That's a good point.
No, I feel like the memory was, as long as I can remember it, it's fine.
There you go.
It'd be kind of cool though if we
Boy,
could like go to.
It would be cool, but
Jeez, you get your
No,
late
I've seen
billing
Kevin
in
Hart.
this.
He does the All-Star Weekend shit. I think he tied Draymond Green in a 3-point shooting.
I
contest.
believe it. He can really play.
Berkeley.
That's the kid?
Is that him?
That's him, huh?
Wow, he kind of looks like you.
Where was that kid? Is that him arrested? Oh, he's playing for Northwestern.
That's his
He
mugshot.
played for Northwestern?
Oh, that's why. Kid had experience.
No, he was a
ringer.
little kid. That's him?
I don't know. You tell us.
I have to see him as a kid to really understand. I guess so, yeah. But he really had a good game. Yeah, that looks like him in the corner there.
Wow, he's a little guy.
He played football. Yeah, but he was a really good hoop. Yeah, he was an athlete.
Ah,
Yeah, there he
you
is.
go.
That's him.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
a-
it. Little Quinn.
Really good. I mean, he was just. but
He's
making-
heating up. He's like, ah.
He was killing the whole crowd because the crowd,
Right.
you know, we're all shooting. Anytime you miss, this kid's blasting it. The whole crowd's cheering every day.
That must have been fun as hell.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Does this kid know what he had? He's playing
That's
hoop
him.
with Sandler and all these guys? I
Yep.
mean, what is this, a Make-A-Wish? That's
There's me and Steve
insane.
Buscemi.
What a life.
I know. It's great.
God.
All right, I better get the hell out of here.
You're the
All right,
best,
all right.
Colin. We love you. Go see Colin's
Love
show
you
at
guys.
the Lucille Lortel Theater right now. It's I guarantee you're going to be happy you went.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
One of the best. Period.
Seen parts of it. It's incredible. I think some of your better. That Twitter chunk, I don't want to give anything away, but it's unreal.
The Law and Order chunk for me,
Yeah.
fucking unbelievably funny.
Oh, the podcast bit.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
thanks.
so good, man.
Killer. Check it out. Tickets are moving.
Thanks,
What's
guys.
the website?
Takes a hopping. I don't know. ColinQuinn.com probably. It's not
ColinQuinnShow.com.
rocket science, you know, folks. No offense if you can't find that. I don't want to come in. I don't need a mental idiot.
All right, and this episode will come out in June. So, Sunday. Oh, even better.
Zanies.
Oh, yeah. I'm back in the clubs. I got a special taping coming up, so I'm really hitting the clubs hard because I got to tweak this hour. It's a quarter past 80% done, and I'm going to Hawaii again, which that won't help my act. But then the Miami Improv. You really want to run it through the mud, go to Miami.
That's when you're going to have to speed that set up for.
Yeah, exactly. Spokane Comedy Club, all the hot rooms. Skyline and Appleton, woo, baby. Comedy at the Carlson, Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie. You go to marknormancomedy.com, check it out. We'll see you in hell.
We're starting off the tour: New Orleans, Austin, Dallas, Tulsa, St. Louis, Vegas, Vancouver, Portland, fucking Seattle,
great
all
room.
over, Salt Lake, Huntington, AC, Royal Oak, Minneapolis, Boston, DC. I'm all over. SamMorrell.com/shows. I'll see you on the road. Can't
the
wait.
Wilbur. Nice.
And get your BodegaCatWhiskey.com,
Yes.
BodegaCatWhiskey.com. Beard you got anything to plug?
The only thing I got to plug is that I'm just going on a long trip at the end of the month, at the end of this month. So if anyone's
we'll
out
miss
there in like Malaysia, Singapore,
Wow.
Taiwan,
Whoa, what are you, soul searching?
hit me up.
What's going on out there?
Fucking, I don't
You
know.
gonna
That's
find
what I'm
Ari
trying to find
Shaffir?
out.
Yeah, you might meet a little lady boy.
Got a new bartender here. You have a little bar back with you.
Let me know.
And we're thinking about doing a little America's Got Talent style bartender off for his temporary replacement. So if you're a bartender and you think you got what it takes, get in here. We'll sample your shit. We love you. Thanks for listening. See the great Colin Quinn and stay safe.
Yeah, can I get another South African delay?
Nice.
Sunday